And that's it. And it's over.
Golden Boy Fight Night, let's go.
Perfect. He's a power puncher. The kid got dynamite in his hands, and he showed his power.
Actually, that early, good stoppage by the referee.
The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. Las Vegas, Nevada. Nothing like a fight weekend in the desert. That's the Las Vegas Strip. We're going to be at the theater at Virgin Hotel right by the airport. The old Hard Rock, but Virgin Hotel is just fantastic. A great setup inside for an action-packed card. So Vegas is always special whenever you fight here, whether it's the early fight or whether it's the big main event on a huge holiday weekend. It doesn't matter. Fighting in Vegas always feels special. There you see the ring. We're about 10 minutes away from our first fight walking. I'm Beth Duran alongside 147-pounder Alexis Rocha. And here on the Golden Boy Fight Night YouTube portion, you're going to get 4 fights of talented young prospects. And then at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern, you're going to get 5 fights on the DAZN app. So 4 of them free for you here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And then at the 5 o'clock hour, you'll go to the DAZN app and where you'll see Joel Iriarte opening up. And, of course, the main event, Floyd Schofield against Rene. Tellez Girón from Mexico City. All right, Lex, before we get into the card, you fought in Vegas many, many times. Your pro debut was in Vegas, right?
My second fight.
So your second fight,
yes,
I'm sorry.
If I get it right, Beto.
I got to get it right. I've known you way too long.
Way too long now. I was actually outside the T-Mobile Arena, my second pro fight. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was a TV swing bout after the main event, and it was raining. It was pouring rain. I walk out, get a first-round knockout, and this is the place to establish yourself, to get a good impression on the eyes and go out and make a statement.
One thing about fighting in Vegas, and a correction, it was your second fight the night before Canelo. So we did the weigh-in outside, then we break down the weigh-in, then they do the ring right outside the T-Mobile Plaza. But one thing about that, Lex, is you come to Vegas, it feels different. But when you're a young fighter, it doesn't matter. You have to perform. If not, they don't call you back for Vegas shows.
No, hardly do you get Vegas shows, so you got to go out there and you got to go and put on a show. There's no place to do it. Yeah. Like Las Vegas, you got all the flashing lights in front of you. You have to go out there and you have to put on a show. All
right, so when Alexis was doing that, there was no YouTube portion. There was no Golden Boy Fight Night. So Oscar De La Hoya and Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy, say, hey, we got to give the fans an opportunity to see all the young fighters. And today you're going to see 4 good fights. We're going to open up the broadcast with 19-year-old Jordan Fuentes from Fresno, California, in his second pro fight. Then we're going to go to the 808, the Hawaiians. Good morning to everybody on the island. Dalis Kaleiopu is going to be fighting Manuel Lerma, undefeated fighter from Texas. And then Asa Stevens, his stablemate, is going to be fighting Garen Diagan, a Filipino. So that'll be coming up. And then the main event here on the YouTube portion is a real good one. Eric Tudor, 11-1, 22 years old, takes on the veteran Harold Calderon, who is 28-1. Alex, that one's 10 rounds. That could steal the show tonight.
That could definitely steal the show. You got Eric Tudor, who's a rising talent, top prospect, taking on Harold Calderon, who's experienced. His last fight was against
Shakram Joseph,
who was a tremendous talent. He's up in the elite division, so this is definitely a big step up for Eric Tudor.
All right, the main event, though, tonight on the DAZN portion is Floyd Schofield. Kid Austin, they call him. He's from everywhere. He has a great personality, 17-0, 12 KOs. He's talked about fighting Shakur, fighting Devin Haney, and that'll be the main event. Also on the card, this is a really interesting one at 168, the super middleweight division. Bekdemir Melikuziev, 14-1, 10 KOs from Uzbekistan, taking on David Stevens, 14-1, 10 KOs. No, that's not a typo. I didn't mess up. They had the same exact record, both of them punching power. That'll be the co-feature on DAZN. And then this is a special one with the ladies. The WBA, WBC, WBO, IBF, and Ring World Flyweight titles on the line. Gabriela Fundora, who has an IBF belt, goes up against Argentina's Gabriela Alanes, Chucky, who took the belts from Marlene Esparza. That's going to be a real good one. And then DFG, Darius Fulgham, taking on the veteran Chris Pearson in a battle of Texas fighters. And opening up the broadcast right at 5 o'clock from Bakersfield, California, is Joel Iriarte, the 21-year-old who's 4-0, 4 KOs. All of his fights have come this season. So one thing about Joel Iriarte, he's very, very talented, and he works fast. So do not sleep on Joel Iriarte. Golden Boy Fight Night prelims is going to be Eric Tudor against Harold Calderon, as we mentioned. Asa Stevens, Garen Diagan, Dalis Kaleiopu, Manuel Lerma. Jordan Fuentes opening up against Roberto Peña Betillo from Texas. The main event, though, Floyd Schofield is a young man who is very, very talented. We saw him on Golden Boy shows. He was the undercard. He had to step up, became the main event, got signed. What do you like about that young man?
I like that he's an explosive, skilled, and hungry young fighter. He said in his fighter meetings that he's different from everyone else. His dedication, his motivation is different. Most people worry about clout, but not him. He goes out there to steal the show. And I'm very excited to looking at Schofield in the main event.
Yeah, he's the main event. He's been asking about it. He's calling out Shakur, calling out Haney. He said he's ready for these guys. At the end of the day, though, like, you can call out whoever you want. You have to get him past your opponent. And Rene Tellez Girón, a tough Mexican, is here for the challenge. He's 20-3. Schofield, at times, can get a little erratic, but if he locks in, this kid has so much talent.
Oh, definitely. Sky's the limit for this kid. You know, he goes out there and he puts a statement and puts on a good show in Las Vegas. He's going to go out for bigger names. He could probably chase down Shakur Stevenson, the Devin Haney's. He can chase down whoever it is if he puts on a good show today.
Yeah, so he's at 135 pounds. There you see the Dominican flag. His grandmother is Dominican, so Floyd Schofield is going to be very, very talented. Make sure you follow the Golden Boy social media. He highlights all the good stuff, all the scenes behind the scenes. Heck, even on the Instagram right now, we got behind the scenes of Alexis over there talking to Joe Martinez. And you'll hear Joe Martinez, our ring announcer, tonight. But, Lex, Floyd Schofield, you've been around him a little bit. Actually, You guys have the same sponsor in SOA.
SOA, yeah.
Yeah, so State of Art Boxing, so you have the same sponsor. But this is a young man, when he speaks, very soft-spoken.
Very soft-spoken.
But what he says is very interesting. Let's hear what Floyd Schofield had to say during the week. All right. How do you win tomorrow?
¿Piensas ganar mañana y qué tienes que hacer?
Pues sabemos que tenemos que ir por el knockout porque él es el favorito de la función, pero para eso nos preparamos mucho.
I need to knock him out. We know that he's the favorite, so knockout.
You come to Las Vegas on the B side. Not many people giving you an opportunity. Not many people thinking highly of you. How do you change their mind?
Saber que están equivocados.
Pues lo verán el día de mañana. Ahora sí que yo no sé mucho de palabras. Yo lo demuestro todo en el ring y vamos por la mejor versión de Floyd, que es lo que me va a poner en una posición muy alta ya por un título del mundo.
I'm going to prove them wrong. No, I don't like to talk, only in the ring. But I wait the best version of Schofield.
What did you see at the face-off?
En el frente a frente, ¿qué notaste de él?
Pues está confiado y eso es un error de él porque no sabe lo que le espera el día de mañana.
He's confident, and it's a big mistake. He don't know what he can expect tomorrow.
All right, well, good luck to you tomorrow.
Mucha suerte para ti mañana.
Muchas gracias y gracias. Saludos a todo Querétaro. Arriba de México, vamos a poner en alto.
Dice, viva Querétaro. Everybody in Querétaro. Querétaro, thank you for being here.
All right, Ernesto Amador, our interpreter, good job. Rene Tellez Girón representing Querétaro. Tomorrow, he'll be the main event. Thank you very much. So your opponent just told me that you're a little too confident. That's what he saw at the face-off.
I mean, of course I'm confident. Why wouldn't I be?
You've been asking for the big fights. You've been calling out the big names. But before we get to talk about that, you got to get through this man right here. It's a tough fight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a tough fight. I know Renee's coming in to fight, but like I told my dad, he coming in to take food off my son's plate. So he going to see what it's like, you know, Saturday.
Now you got different motivation now. A father, a baby at home was not letting you sleep much. But the attitude changes, doesn't it? You feel like happy right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely happy. You know, I haven't really got to speak to him, you know, this whole week. So I'm a little angry. I'm a little on edge. So I know who I got to take it out on.
All right, if everything goes according to plan, you've been calling out the big names. Who do you want to fight?
Like I said, I got to get through Renee first. You know, Renee's the first step. But, you know, Shakur, you do a little too much talking with them fingers. So I'll see you soon.
Shakur Stevenson, that's the one you want.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You're soft.
Why do you say it's soft?
Because he type too much. He do too much typing, don't do enough fighting. Like that's it.
All right, well, first you got to get through Rene Tellez Girón. What kind of show we're going to see tomorrow?
Definitely a boxing match, a smart firefight. And, you know, who knows? I'm going to just be waiting for him to make that mistake.
A year ago, you were on a Golden Boy show where opponents fell out, you ended up becoming the main event. You opened up and took care of the opportunities. Golden Boy supporting you. What's that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, and I'm glad Golden Boy gave me another opportunity to, showcase what I got. Saturday, gonna be a good show.
All right, you're the main event. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
That'll be for the WBA International Lightweight Title. And people saying, what's all these different belts? It helps you get in the rankings, which is very important. You know all that. Well,
yeah, it definitely helps you get in the rankings, helps you get up there in the rankings to fight the world champion, wherever your sanctioning body is. If it's a WBA, heads you along to fight the WBA champion.
All right, Beto Duran alongside Alexis Rocha. You'll be seeing Alex in the ring December 14th, the main event against Raul Curiel live on DAZN. That'll be from the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California. Don't ask for tickets. I already tried. It ain't happening. But you do want to go and check that out live on DAZN in December. So that's going to be a good fight right there. That's a good one.
Very good fight. Yeah, taking on another undefeated prospect coming up. And what can I say? Whoever's undefeated, I'm throwing my way, man. It's always a challenge, and I'm not afraid from challenge like that.
Alexis has no problem. You call him out, he's gonna say yes. He doesn't hesitate signing that contract. Bektemir Melikuziev, Bek the Bully from Uzbekistan, is taking on David Stevens in the co-feature. That's another one where fighters are just, hey, you want to fight him? Yes. David Stevens knows all about it. He suffered a big knockout loss a few fights ago, and he's turned it around. They called him and said, you're going to take him Beck? No problem. Beck, hard hitting, but he was knocked out by Gabe Rosado, bounced back, and got the victory against Gabe to avenge that. So these fighters kind of similar in their careers, Lex, where they've both been knocked out, but then they built themselves back up.
Build themselves back up. So that's what you got to do after a loss. You got to go brush yourself back off and go back in the winning column. And that's what these guys are trying to do, taking it off. And with the identical same record, they have to go back and, settle the score.
Hard hitters, both of them with 10 KO. Stevens is eligible for the WBA Eliminator because he came in at 168. That'll be the co-feature live on DAZN later on. DAZN broadcast gets going at 5 o'clock. We're moments away from getting the broadcast going here in Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. Got fights coming your way.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm only 22 years old. I'm not even in my prime yet, but I feel many levels above these champions and contenders. What separates me from these other guys is my hunger and my work ethic. These other guys, too soft. I'm prepared to knock everyone out to reach my goal.
Hey, listen up. We know you've always got your eye on the prize, the championship belt. And why wouldn't you? You're a finely tuned, well-oiled boxing watching machine, capable of consuming over 150 fights from the zone every year.
We've gone big. We've gone global.
Churning through combinations, comebacks, and non-stop knockouts. Where are you? With big fights every week, you're the best in the world. So go on, get that belt. Champ, the zone, undisputed.
From the Virgin Hotels in Las Vegas, Golden Boy Fight Night is coming your way. We're moments away from our first fight, walking into the ring. Beto Duran alongside Alexis Rocha. You'll see him out of the suit December 14th, putting on it all for you, the fans, at 147 pounds against Raul Curiel. Now, you're becoming a good broadcaster with me. You always tell me you're going to do this.
Learning from the best.
Right? What's your record now?
It's 25-2.
25-2. Like I said, I remember when you made your pro debut, your second fight coming through. So right now, what are these young fighters going through? We just saw Jordan Fuentes, who's 19 years old,
making his
second fight
already.
So do you remember these days?
Yeah, definitely. I remember them like they're yesterday. You go in, you're all new to the scenery. You're not used to the bright lights. You're not used to walking out, them calling your name, getting interviews. you're not used to any of this, but this all comes with the experience. And right now, Jordan Fuentes is probably feeling some little bit of nerves, but more anxious of him going back out of there.
All right, so Jordan Fuentes will be the first fight here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. And then after that, it'll be the Hawaiians. How's it to everybody? The 808, Dalis, Kaleiopu, Asa Stevens. And the main event for us on the YouTube portion will be Eric Tudor, Harold Calderon. What I love about asking you about this is because I'm watching the building starting to fill in here at the Virgin Hotels in Las Vegas. When you walk out, again, as a dumb broadcaster, I don't know this world, but when you walk out, do you notice the building when you're the first fight and that it's still kind of empty?
Oh, yeah. It's super empty when you first starting off. You go walk out, and the only person there is probably your family, your mom, wave at your mom, and that's it. And then as you gradually start taking those challenges, keep moving up, you go along the rankings, you go up in the scoreboards, you start moving, and the place gets packed.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to fill out arenas, and you start filling out that. And it feels amazing when you start doing that.
And you got to climb. If you go to the Golden Boy Instagram account right there on the stories, Alexis was asked, okay, what kind of show are we going to get to say? What did you say? You want to see?
I want to see some knockouts. That's what I want to see.
Knockouts, put on a show,
some exciting fights. There's no better place to do it than Las Vegas. A lot of eyes out here, and get your platform out there, throw your name out there.
We all got to start somewhere soft, right? So,
yes.
Alexis Rocha started in the ballroom, right? Floyd Schofield, our main event tonight, was in the Houston area, San Antonio, everywhere, finding the small venues, dreaming of one day getting to Vegas. But when you become the main event, you have to perform, and that's what we're going to see tonight. And then, next thing you know, you get the tail of the tape graphic. And when you see the tail of the tape graphic, you see the Las Vegas sign right there welcoming you. And there it is. Great job right there, the graphics. Jordan Fuentes, the 19-year-old from Fresno, California, takes on Betillo Roberto Peña, who's 4-4 in his career. They're about the same size, and Peña has a slight reach advantage. It's 4 rounds in the super bantamweight division. That's the tail of the tape for us tonight. So, Alexa, you see the tail of the tape for that. So, when you have that, we're talking about fighting in Las Vegas. At the end of the day, though, whenever you're going to move on, you got to continue to shine. And we're going to see that tonight, an opportunity for young fighters to build their career. You know who's built their career really nicely? Is Joe Martinez. And Joe Martinez is in the ring right now. Let's see if we're going to have the fighters ready to walk. Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to the theater here at Virgin Hotels in Las Vegas, Nevada. An exciting night of world-class professional boxing tonight. It's all brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, sponsored by Bet Online, Wild Casino, Riyadh Season, and OnlyFans. Well, now here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 rounds in the bantamweight division, and first to make his way to the ring, from McAllen, Texas, Roberto Peña.
Roberto Peña. You see, we're sitting here ringside. I put my hand up right here. Put your hand up, Lex, so we can show more hands. So we got a good spot right here in the blue corner. That's where Roberto Peña is going to be walking to. Y saludos a toda la gente que lo está mirando en Tamaulipas. That's where he's also from. Four and 4 is Roberto Peña. Everybody calls him Betillo.
And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner from Fresno, California, here is Jordan Fuentes.
And you hear the big ovation for Jordan Fuentes. "19-year-old Jordan Fuentes So Jordan Fuentes, there it is, father on his side. Talented young man. Golden Boy signed him as an amateur. Here he is, second pro fight with Golden Boy Promotions.
And now, fight fans, we are set to go once again. This bout scheduled for 4 rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing tonight's silver trunks trimmed in gold, he weighed in 119 3/4 pounds. In 8 fights as a professional, his record stands even with 4 victories, 4 defeats, 3 wins, coming by way of knockout from McAllen, Texas. Here is Roberto Peña. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black with red, he weighed in 119 pounds even. This young professional enters the ring tonight for the second time, looking for victory number 2. From Fresno, California, he is the Brazen Boy, Jordan Fuentes. And your referee in charge of the action, Robert Hoyle, with the final instruction.
Okay, we went over the rules in the dressing room. All punches here will be fair. All punches here will be fair. Obey my commands. Give me a good, clean fight. Touch them up. Scoot back.
All right, Robert Hoyle, third man in the ring as we get ready to go. 4 rounders in the super bantamweight division. As we're underway, Beth Durant, Alexis Rocha, Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas. Our first fight of the night, 9 coming your way, 4 here on the YouTube portion. As they're getting the cameras, man, little cables are locked in. Cameras are tangled up a little bit. Robert's ready to go. Yeah, we got you, Robert.
Some technical difficulties.
Well, I mean, you can't have the cables connected.
Yeah.
We got this. Safety first here, Alexis Rocha. Here we go, underway. The Brazen Bull is his nickname. Jordan Fuentes, 19 years old, the southpaw in the black and red, representing the 559 of Fresno, California. He went to the Olympic trials. He had a great battle with Steven Navarro, a talented prospect.
Both talented fighters.
Yep. Yeah, you know the Navarro family very well.
Got to grow up with them in the amateurs.
Yep.
Very good foundation of a family right there. All boxers.
Yeah, Jordan Fuentes was the Olympic alternate. Did not go to the Paris Games, but was the Olympic alternate. And signed for the Golden Boy at 19 years old. Talented. And he comes in with a body shot right away.
By Jordan Fuentes. Using his jab very well. He's a nice slick southpaw. Dodged some punches earlier. Bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, the first fight in your career, you got to have the nerves, right? You're learning how to figure everything out.
Oh, yeah. You have to settle everything down. You have to be relaxed in there. But like I said, it comes with experience. Right now, the second fight, he seems to be very calm. Taking a nice step back.
The first fight, I've heard other fighters say, where it feels like you're going 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh, it feels incredible. It feels like a dream almost.
Really?
Yes.
But I've also heard that you and your brother and other fighters, like the gloves as a pro are different.
Oh, the gloves are different. It's just different in general with no T-shirt, no headgear. Nice body shot by Jordan Fuentes.
Yeah, the no T-shirt. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
you had the tank top on.
No T-shirt, but the big difference is the no headgear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the amateurs got rid of the headgear, but it's the gloves now. It's just how tight and small they feel. There you see Fuentes with a nice left hook, wobbles Peña against the ropes. Another left from Fuentes. Brazen Bull attacking Roach.
Smell some blood. He's going in for the kill. Nice. Fuentes is very mindful of the head moving coming in forward. He doesn't want to get careless and just be aggressive. You look at the defense as well. Nice little short left by Fuentes.
Less than a minute to go in the opening round.
Peña was momentarily hurt, took a step back. Fuentes stepped on the gas, but now he's still in there, very relaxed, picking his shots very wisely. Fuentes is.
Peña, in his 4 losses, has been stopped twice.
I like the patience by Jordan Fuentes. He He saw his man was hurt, but didn't go for the kill just right away. He was very, very mindful of the punches coming at him.
Yeah, Fuentes in his pro debut in August went the distance against an awkward fighter named James Mulder.
Very competitive fight as well.
Yeah, very a different weight class, though, but tonight, 119. 10 seconds. Yes, good opening round for 19-year-old Jordan Fuentes, representing Fresno very well here in Las Vegas.
Let's take a look at the action from round number 1. You got Jordan Fuentes mixing up nice with the body. Nice little short left hook to the body going by the chest. Here he times Peña really good with the hard looping left hand. I like the patience by Fuentes. I like what I'm seeing. That's the development you want to see when you go in from the amateurs to professionals. You want to sit down more on your punches, catch them coming in, be more defensive. Not everything's just about attack, Beto.
Yes, there you see the corner of Roberto Peña. Tamaulipas. Rio Bravo. Coming up next will be the Hawaiian Dalis Kaleiopu against Manuel Lerma, also from Tamaulipas. YouTube chat coming in strong, representing 559. So shout out to everybody in Fresno, where Jordan Fuentes is from. He has a lot of members here in attendance here. The Southpaw Fuentes.
Yes, he has a nice crowd over here for the first fight. But he throws a sharp left hand. Nice, another left hand by Fuentes.
Yeah, he's looking much better today in his second pro fight because he's at the weight class he's supposed to be at 119. Good left hook from Fuentes.
Fuentes picking his shots very well. Peña doesn't really have an answer. Fuentes just picking him apart with the jab, shooting the left. Nice check hook by Fuentes. Almost catches Peña off balance for a minute.
You like what you're seeing, huh, Alexis?
I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, this is definitely what you like seeing from a young fighter, a top prospect in Fuentes, picking his shots very well, using some nice defense as well. Nice body.
That's the body work you want to get when you're a young fighter.
Exactly. You want that body work to slow your opponent down.
Yeah, the development of young fighters. Look, he's 19 years old. Right?
19 years old.
You're gonna feed him the baby milk early on, and then you progress and move on from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10.
And then you start sleeping up the competition.
Yeah.
But this is what you want to see from from a prospect like this. Burning the second pro fight.
Yeah, then you give him Roberto Peña, who's 4-4, rugged, who battles, he'll give you that resistance.
Peña's tough. Took some hard body shots this round.
Yeah, he was wobbling in the first, stayed on his feet. Good body work again from Fuentes. Trained by his father, boxing family. His pro debut at Mandalay, second fight here at the Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas. You can hear the body shots,
You can hear the thuds when the body shots every time Fuentes lets his hands go. I want to see Fuentes throw some more combinations now. Now that he's throwing he's picking his opponent apart by one punch, and now I want to see him throw some combinations in there. Step on the gas a little bit more.
Our opening bout here, Golden Boy in Las Vegas. First weekend in November. Thank you for joining us. Again, top of the hour. You'll get a couple more fights. And then at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern is when you'll see the DAZN broadcast get going. And you'll need DAZN to check out Joel Iriarte, Darius Fulgham, Gabriela Fundora, Bektemir Melikuzev against David Stevens, and then Floyd Schofield against Rene, Tellez Girón. That'll be later on DAZN. But right now it's all Jordan Fuentes in the second round, controlling our opening bout against Roberto Peña. He's getting wobbled here at the end of the second.
Fuentes coming in. Nice body shot. Nice counter left hook to the body right now by Fuentes. Peña took a little deep breath going back to his corner.
Yeah, those body shots took a toll.
Oh, those body shots definitely take a toll on you. They tire you out. Let's take a look at the replay. Nice sharp left by Jordan Fuentes. Always catching his corner. That's a nice check hook. You can really tell the experience from Fuentes that he has an extended background. Like you said, he was an alternative for the Olympics. So you could really tell He's looking good in his second pro fight.
And also you have to change your style, right, from the Olympic style, or the amateur style to the pro, because it's more aggressive. Is that what I've been told?
It's more aggressive. You got to sit down on your punches. In the amateurs, it's pitter pads. You want to score as most points as you possibly can. In professionals, you want to sit down and you actually want to knock someone out.
Yeah, because in the amateurs, it's more about getting the points, right?
Getting the points.
Third round of action. Jordan Fuentes in the red and black. Roberto Peña, the fighter with 8 matches underneath his belt, is in tough right now because Fuentes is controlling this fight through 2.
Both punches caught each other by Peña and Fuentes. Peña threw that right hand, landed. Check hook by Fuentes.
Yeah, right in front of us, Fuentes landing a body shot. You can hear the Peña go, oh, like it just let the air out. Le salió.
Jim grunting. Nice little short, crisp punches in the inside of the body work by Fuentes. Peña saying right there, throwing some punches back. Nice short left hand by Fuentes. Stunned Peña a bit. Fuentes got to step on the little gas a little bit more. He's hurting Peña with these body shots and these shots upstairs. He's got to put the combinations a little bit together.
Jose Cruz on the YouTube chat. Jordan's going to knock him out. Watch. All right. Anthony Hernandez, good work, Jordan. You got this, no doubt. So thanks to everybody watching on the YouTube chat right now. Afternoon boxing from Las Vegas, snapping back the head of Peña. Jordan Fuentes coming on strong, looking way different tonight than he did his pro debut.
Looking way different, picking his shots very well, hurting, snapping the head back of Peña. He is. Nice little shot, left hand.
Peña and his family going through tragedy last year, the loss of his sister. Has her name on his trunks. Fights for her, fights for his family. And right now, the Brazen Bull is attacking. Holy smokes, he's looking good.
Punishing Peña right now with the body shots and jabs upstairs. He's reacting very well, too. When every time Peña throws a punch, he has that upper head movement after a punch. He doesn't just stay right in front of him. I like to see that by young fighters.
Frank Torres, the Brazen Bull, is picking Peña apart. Villain boxing, he likes Peña's defense. So I appreciate all the good boxing comments that are coming through on the YouTube chat. Some of your people are saying they better see you at church tomorrow, Lex.
Yeah.
You got an early flight. Don't worry about it, Beta.
I'll be there.
30 seconds to go in the third round. And now Jordan Fuentes just looks like he's having fun in there, bouncing on his toes.
Picking his opponent apart.
Snapping back the head of Peña again. Peña trying to get off the ropes to no avail. And now Peña with a 1-2 upstairs. Fuentes just stepping on the gas. 10 seconds to go in the third round. 19-year-old Jordan Fuentes looking strong as the opening bout here on Golden Boy Fight Night in Las Vegas. And he survives 3. Robert Hoyle taking a quick look.
10 more seconds to that, it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah, Robert Hoyle looking right at his referee. Actually, right, his eyes are right on him.
Taking a lot of punishment that round.
Yep.
Went to see that. He's coming in, picking him apart now. Here's a highlight of round number 3. Peña's just taking an onslaught by Fuentes. Fuentes is just dominating him, taking the shots. There you see Peña taking off balance. Nice chopping right hook. Hurt Peña and saved by the bell.
Look, Roberto Peña's tough. His last fight, he went the distance against Dominic Roundtree, a fight in September in Washington. Roundtree was 9-0. He's also fought Catino Oliver, was 4-0. Brian Velasquez was undefeated. So Peña shows up only against undefeated fighters.
And this is good resistance for the young Jordan Fuentes, making his second time here at the fight.
Look, and also they say style make fights. This is a much better look right now for Jordan Fuentes.
Yeah.
Against Roberto Peña, who's willing to engage with him. And he's also at the weight he's supposed to be at 118. Shout out to Henry Ramirez, excellent trainer in Southern California, is watching right now. Brought that point up. And then Fuentes just comfortable. Snapping back the head with that left.
He's just picking him apart.
And Robert Oil telling him, show me something. Attacking his Fuentes in the corner. Peña in trouble. He gets off the ropes. And Oil's telling me, show me something. I don't know how much longer this is going to go.
It's not looking good for Peña at all. He's hurt, staggering back. Fuentes smells some blood. He's coming forward and shooting those left chopping hands down.
Peña, survival mode here. A lot of time left in the fourth and final round.
That was a beautiful combination. Counter the right hands with the short, nice left hook.
And Fuentes is tough. He's eating some big shots.
Peña's tough. Peña's going to need some big shots.
Yeah, I mean, Peña, yeah.
Fuentes is over there just on the go, letting his hands go.
Fuentes looks fresh, like he's barely jogging right now. And he hasn't even stepped on the gas.
He hasn't stepped on the gas. If he stepped on the gas a little bit more, setting up the combinations like
that. Against the ropes is Peña in the white. Fuentes, the Brazen Bull. Can he close out the fight here in the fourth and final?
A couple more combinations, and I think that would do the trick right now.
Like just step on the gas and just suffocate?
Just step on the gas. Fourth round, 1 minute to go. Let your hands go. You'll get the stoppage win.
Because Peña's just trying to survive in the white. Fuentes looking good, and Roberto Peña is a tough dude. Good matchmaking here.
Very good matchmaking.
Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy. Javier Raza, matchmaker for Golden Boy. Got to see what the 19-year-old has. And Peña continues to fight back, but he's taking some shots.
Overhand lefts, hooks, everything, you name it. Fuentes just landing at will right now.
It's good learning experience for Fuentes. Realizing these grown professionals are going to be able to take your shots.
Take your shots.
Man, Peña's tough.
Great to Peña taking nasty hard shots.
Attacking 10 seconds to go. Fuentes coming out on our first bout. Golden Boy Fight Night in Las Vegas. The 19-year-old Jordan Fuentes pitching a shutout, looking strong, and a lot of respect to Roberto Peña. That is a tough man from Tamaulipas, Mexico, but it's all Jordan Fuentes tonight. Presto, stand up for the Brazen Bull.
How you doing, man? I'm good. Hands good? Good job, man. Good job.
Man, that's a tough dude right there. Yeah, they're telling me, but he took some big shots. Lex, but you were saying it in the broadcast where as you progress, you're going to need this. A guy like Peña, Betillo, is going to be able to absorb the shot upstairs. You were asking for more body work early on.
Yes, I wanted some more body work, and I wanted more combinations. Peña was having a lot of success just throwing single punches, shooting the left hand, shooting the straight lefts, shooting the hooks. He was landing at will, but if you were just follow up with more combinations, if the first shot's getting through, the second one's more likely to land as well.
Yeah, because I think in the third round, right above us, he landed a couple body shots where we heard Peña with
he gasped for air.
But it was one
shots. It was one single body shots. If you continue the onslaught of those body shots, guaranteed Peña would have went down. But this is all valuable experience for Jordan Fuentes. Now he's going to see the resistance, and now he's going to see, and he's going to look back at tape and see, you know what? I got to adjust more to make combinations. I'm hurting these guys with single shots. If I would have stepped on the gas just a little bit more, he would have got those guys out of there.
From Rio Bravo, Tamaulipas, Roberto Peña. Joe Martinez is our ring announcer tonight. And let's hear from Joe Martinez.
All rounds we go to the judges' scorecards. The totals are 40-35, 40-36, and 40-36. All for your winner by unanimous decision. Here's still undefeated, the Brazen Bull, Jordan Fuentes.
So congratulations to Jordan Fuentes. There you see the tattoo for his sister, Jalissa. Passed away in 2022. Let's look at the highlights of the shutout from the Brazen Bull.
The Brazen Bull landing some nice body shots early on. Right off the get-go, started landing at will, just hurting Fuentes with a powerful straight left hand, hooks, chopping him down straight to the body. This is what we like to see from young fighters as they progress along the rankings. You like to see them taking their time, being relaxed, not just going out there and looking for one-shot kill. He was placing his shots very well. A little more combinations, and I think he would have got Peña out of there. But credit to Peña, who was a very tough and durable opponent. Like you said, Beto, he was taking those shots, gasping for air.
Like your trainer, Hector Lopez, would say, listen to me, I want combinations. Jordan Fuentes with the first fight of the night and the victory. Dalis, Kaleiopu, Asa Stevens, Eric Tudor still to come. But when does the fighter finally listen to his trainer, or early fighter, young fighter, where it's like, okay, now I get what you're talking about?
It really depends on the fighter, because some fighters just want to go and they just want to rip some guy's head off and they just lose kind of sight of the game plan. There's some fighters that are very relaxed, very composed, and they could see everything. Even when they're fighting, they can see shots coming at them, and they take good instructions.
Instructions, experience. Dalis, Kaleiopu, 5-0 is coming up next from Las Vegas.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm only 22 years old. I'm not even in my prime yet, but I feel many levels above these champions and contenders. What separates me from these other guys is my hunger and my work ethic. The other guys, they're too soft. I was prepared to knock everyone out to reach my goal.
Hey, listen up. Let's have it. We know you've always got your eye on the prize, the championship belt. And why wouldn't you? You're a finely tuned, well-oiled boxing watching machine, capable of consuming over 150 fights on the DAZN every year.
We've gone big. We've gone global.
Churning through combinations, comebacks, and non-stop knockouts. Where are you? With big fights every week, you're the best in the world. So go on, get that belt. Champ, DAZN, undisputed.
In Las Vegas, Virgin Hotel. Just had a 4-rounder finish up. That was Jordan Fuentes. Still got Dalis, Kaleiopu, Asa Stevens, and Eric Tudor to come for you free here on the YouTube page at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern is when the DAZN broadcast gets going. When they opened it up. DFG, Darius Fulgham, Houston taking on Selma, Texas, Chris Pearson, and a fight that it's going to be very, very action-packed and historical. The WBA, WBC, WBO, IBF, and Ring World Flyweight titles are on the line. Gabriela Fundora, who has the IBF belt, takes on Gabriela Alanis from Argentina. She's 15-1, and she has the WBA, WBC, WBO, and the ring belt that she took from Marlene Esparza. Let's look at the weigh-in from yesterday between the ladies. Fundora is taking on that woman right there, Argentina. She has the number 10 for Messi. She's a Boca Jr. fan. She's a Do Not Say River. Gabriela Fundora from the Fighting Fundora family. Her brother Sebastian with her. She's 14-0. And that'll be a good one. Anytime you see a Fundora, you know they're going to be taller than anybody else. Has that advantage, and she also has that attitude of, I want to unify. And that's coming up later on tonight here in Las Vegas. It'll be a great action-packed card. And after that, it'll be Bektemir Asa Stevens, Floyd Schofield, Rene, Davies Entertainment in the main event. But the highlight from Fundora, 14-0, 6 KOs. This young lady is all about her boxing. You see her dad on the side with the beanie, Samson with holding the belt, her brother on the backside, and then she comes in and attacks. She is vicious, Alexis.
Very relentless. Comes in, chops you down, and breaks you down. And that's very different for a female fighter. Most of them are boxers. Fundora goes in for the kill. She goes in and is in your face the whole entire fight, which makes her a dangerous fighter.
Yeah, that right there, when against Areli Musinho, who is a veteran and stuff, she broke down Areli like I've never seen before to win that belt. Sweet Poison is her name, and she allowed the Golden Boy cameras to go to her camp and conduct an interview. She has a great personality, but when it comes to actually finding out anything about her boxing, they close it off. So for her to allow the Golden Boy cameras, that was really, really cool. Let's hear what she has to say. Join me right now, Chucky, Gabriela Alanes. A chance to unify the belts. What does that mean for you?
No, la verdad que es algo muy grande para mí, ¿no? Algo que esperé desde el día que empecé mi carrera. Así que nada, estamos más que preparados hace rato para esta gran pelea.
Ernesto Amador, our translator.
This is huge for me. Since I began my career, I dream of this, and I'm more than ready to conquer this.
How do you beat Gabriela Fundora?
¿Cómo puedes derrotar a Gabriela Fundora? ¿Qué piensas hacer para ganarle?
Y bueno, la verdad que yo tengo la mente muy ganadora, no solo la mente, sino que trabajo para ganar. Así que bueno, ahí arriba del ring se va a ver todo el trabajo reflejado que hicimos en el gimnasio con el equipo.
The truth is, my setup is a winner, and I prepare myself really strong in the gym, so the work is done, and I'm ready.
All of Argentina is with you. You have it in your bathing suit. What does that mean for you?
¿Qué significa para ti representar a Argentina?
La verdad que es un orgullo muy grande, ¿no? Llevar la celeste y blanca a lo más alto. Así que agradecerle a toda la gente argentina por el aguante que me hace siempre y hacer historia para Argentina.
The truth is, I felt that Argentina is with me, the colors, blue and white. I'm so proud of this. So thank you, Argentina, because I truly believe that Argentina is going to be with me in the ring.
Buena suerte. Good luck.
Muchísimas gracias a usted y gracias por siempre recibirnos de la mejor manera.
Well, thanks for having us, and you are a great host.
With the IBF belt over your shoulder, you got one. You saw the other ones up there. What did you see in those belts?
They're going to be mine. They're going to be mine tomorrow, and we're going to prove to the world why they're going to be mine.
All right, so you were there. You said they're going to prove to the world you're going to be yours, but that face-off was a little bit longer than we expected. Usually, fighters see you and they walk away because you're so tall, right? You got that reach, but you guys kept staring at each other. What did you see? What do you have?
You'll see tomorrow. You'll see tomorrow. That's what I'm saying, but it's just why I am going to be a undisputed champion.
All right, you see right here on the IBF belt, it has Sweet Poison on it. Have you talked with your father / trainer Freddie about what can happen tomorrow night? What your career can change?
A lot of things can happen. You know, it's a lot of history that's going to go on tomorrow, and we're excited and can't wait.
All right, she's going to be wearing all gold tomorrow. Sweet Poison with the IBF belt. Good luck to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that was from the weigh-ins yesterday. That's after. Let's just say, you guys don't really like doing interviews after the weigh-in because you just want to go eat again?
We just want to go out and eat. That's all we want to do. That's all we're thinking about. And damn you, Beto, for taking long on those interviews too.
Well, we got to make sure that Jessica Rosales and the social media team have enough content for you, man. We got to sell you.
That is true. But next time, just keep it a little bit short. Just keep it shorter than usual.
Well, that's why the Golden Boy department, we do a great job of finding content behind them. They've gone to your gym at TKO Boxing. They've gone down to see what it's like. And in the gym is where you want to open up a little bit more. That's when you're like, okay, Beto, then you could talk to me.
Then you can talk to us. When we're training, when we're out, we're not suffering and cutting weight and we're just made weight. No, we don't want that.
Yeah, well, you know what? Now that you're a broadcaster, you're going to realize you got to ask some questions, baby. But you know what you got to do? You got to go to the gym and make sure you subscribe to the Golden Boy YouTube page. And here's where you can see that feature. First look with Fundora.
My name is Gabriela Fundora, and I'm the flyweight IBF champion.
Here is the undefeated flyweight from Coachella, California. Sweet Poison.
Poison is her nickname. It's all poison in the ring.
Cage him with the left hand, right on the chin. Sweet Poison is a nightmare to deal with at that range.
Oh, early in the morning, I wake them up with a siren. 7 a.m. in the a.m. Yeah, they go for about 4 mile run. Then they come back, do a little strength and conditioning. Then feed the goats, feed the animals. And she gotta go see that we have eggs. Then just eat breakfast, take a rest, come back at 1 and do her boxing.
What got me into boxing was actually my mom. I was always watching her, and my brothers were training too, but it was just more me gravitating, focusing, just watching her compete in the amateurs and going to all these tournaments. Even when I was younger, I was underneath the ring, kind of just watching my brothers do their thing in fights, and my mom was reffing them and judging them. So I was always around boxing, watching it. And then eventually I got into it.
I haven't. Oh, well, too bad. You can't make.
Our life is boxing. It's not any camp, and it's just, we step outside. There's the gym. We come into the gym, rings right here, and it motivates you. It's seeing, say if I'm on my break, right? Not really, but I'm still watching my brother do his thing, or my little sister, and we're just so knitted that it's in the system. It's part of like breathing, sleeping. It's just boxing's another one of those things. Right now, what makes us different, we're the first in history to be the first brother and sister duo in boxing to be champions at the same time. So, trainer of the year, I think so. Having them in the corner, it's just another advantage, another plus, that we're so tightly knitted, and I don't have to get to know my coach or get to know who my partner is, that they already know what I'm thinking, and they know kind of what I'm seeing inside the ring, and they're that extra pair of eyes that I know I can rely on and trust outside the ring. So it's just a great bond, and we're I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. In order to be the best, you have to fight the best. And I think that's what we're doing November 2nd. And I think once our hands are raised and we become the youngest undisputed champion of the world, male or female, it's history. It's history in the books. And you're going to look back, boxing history, it's always going to be there. Boom. Right there, Gabriela Fundora, the youngest undisputed champion.
If she wins this undisputed fight, she'll be the youngest ever, in boys and girls. So, I mean, she's definitely on the pound for pound boys and girl list. But she brings the punch. She brings the knockouts. People like Christy Martin because she knocks girls out, and Wolf because she knocks girls out. We like boxing for knockouts. You like football for touchdowns. You like basketball for slam dunks. Boxing's supposed to be knockouts, and she brings that.
I welcome all. That's what I'm boxing for, to show that why you're the greatest.
Well, we see history tonight with Gabriela Fundora. That's coming up later on the broadcast on DAZN. Coming up next, the Hawaiian Dalis Kaleiopu representing Waianae. He's 5-0 and a tall fighter at 5'11", almost 130. And that's where he'll be fighting tonight. Though the catchweight was 131, that's where we're at. He has the height and reach advantage. There's Kaleiopu against Manuel Lerma. So that's our second bout. Let's go to Joe Martinez.
And we are set to go with our next bout tonight. An undefeated matchup, 6 rounds scheduled between 2 super featherweights. Somebody's O is about to go. Making his way first to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner from Far, Texas, Manuel Lerma.
A very confident Manuel Lerma. He's 4-0. Rio Bravo, Tamaulipas, also Far Texas, where he lives now. Showing up, showing out. Where's Red? Why? El Tomate. The tomato is his nickname. His dad said when he was born, he looked red like a tomato. So nobody calls him Manuel. Everybody just calls him Tomato. Just like you. Nobody calls you Alexis. They call you Lex.
Call me Lex.
Yeah. And if you know his opponent tonight, ready to make his ring walk. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner, undefeated, Dallas Kaleiopu.
.808, Y9 checking in. That's Dallas Kaleiopu. 5-0, 4 KOs. How's it to everybody on the island watching us? Little afternoon boxing for you here from Las Vegas. And the Tomate has a lot of people on the YouTube chat, Alexis. Shayla Venegas, Jassy Sanchez, Aisha Rodriguez. So Tomate's got a crew in Texas.
That's good to see. Supporting the young fighter.
2 undefeated fighters. It's going to be fun. Kale is an 808.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of the super featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing tonight black with red. He weighed in 131 3/4 pounds. He stands perfect as a young professional. 4 victories and no defeats. From far Texas, here is the undefeated Manuel El Tomate Lerma. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trunks trimmed in black. He weighed in 130 3/4 pounds. In 5 bouts, he too is perfect with 5 victories, no defeats. 4 wins coming by way of knockout from Waianae, Hawaii. The undefeated Tellez Girón. And your referee in charge of the action, Mike Ortega.
Una pelea buena, good clean fight. Buena suerte a los dos. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Mike Ortega, the third man in the ring. We get ready to go. Undefeated fighter. 6 rounds coming your way for free here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Beto Duran alongside Alexis Rocha. You'll be able to see him live on DAZN December 14th. But tonight, the main event on DAZN is Floyd Schofield and Rene Tellez Girón. You need to get DAZN for that broadcast. It gets going at 5 o'clock. Dallas Kaleiopu, top fighter from Waianae with Team Nito Boxing. Top fighter, you know them well, Alexis? Or not well, but they've trained in your gym, so you know them pretty well.
Yeah, I know him pretty well. Both guy, him and Asa Stevens, who's going to be next up. They're so talented young fighters who had a great amateur both amateur standouts.
Oh, right away and right from Alexis lifts up Lerma off the ground. Lerma, a southpaw. So Dallas, who's been training for a while, because as the story goes, a lot of young fighters, you'll have a fight, and then it falls off, whether the opponent doesn't show up or whether the opponent decides not to get on the plane because you see a young, talented fighter.
Tends to happen a lot, especially early on in your career. You have a fight schedule, you train for the fight a day before, literally on the weigh-ins as well. Oh, sorry, fight fell through, corner didn't show up. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, it happened to him and Asa Stevens, and it's just the part of the process of going up. And when you're lighter weight, it's harder to find a good quality opponent, especially sometimes if you call them one day where the commission might say, no, we're not going to approve this.
No, we can't approve. It's very hard to get on by the commission.
Yeah, we don't envy anything that matchmaker Javier Razo has to go through on fight week. But right now, Dallas Kaleiopu signed a couple years ago by Golden Boy. He has 5-0, 4 KOs. And you're going to hear the Spanish speaking from the corner of Lerma, which is right next to us. When you're the taller fighter, you got to use that jab.
You got to utilize that jab as much as you can. Taller the fighter, you have a greater advantage using that jab and using your reach. Dallas is using a good reach. Using his jab right now with his reach. Lerma, the southpaw, trying to come in, the taller fighter in Dallas.
Now he's 25 years old, growing into his body, going into the division. Plenty of different ways, but 130 is where he's going to be moving forward.
Very big 130 as well. Tall, lanky, 5'11".
The tomate, the tomato is in red. Of course he would be. And the southpaw's having trouble getting in. You're a southpaw, so how do you get in like that?
You got to use your jab. You got to use your jab and go in, take some calculated risk. It's very hard when you fight tall, rangy fighters like that because they want to keep you at bay just like that. Dalis trying to use his reach, time him in coming with the right hand. But as a southpaw or any fighter trying to fight any fighter, you got to go in, take some calculated risk.
Winging shot from Lerma. He's 4-0.
4-0, yeah. Looking pretty good here looking pretty solid in the first round.
But Lerma 4-0, but he's gone the distance in all 4 fights.
Four fights. Nice body shot. Timed it very well. Dalis.
Good opening round scheduled for 6 here in Las Vegas.
End of the first round. There's some action between the round. You got Dalis, who's the taller fighter, wants to keep him in the end of his punches. And you got Lerma, who's the southpaw, trying to get in, the shorter fighter.
There you see the corner of Manuel Lerma. Look at the highlights from that opening round.
Dalis is using some good counter punching, coming in with when Lerma tries to come in with the jab or with the looping left hook. Dalis just gets out of harm's way, and that's what you want to see from a tall, rangy fighter like Dalis. Just keep him at bay, keep him at the end of your punches. You got to use your advantage. Good. Gotta love Mexican corner.
We're right in the corner of Manuel Lerma, and it's instruction, curse word, slang,
vamos, curse word,
jab.
Jab.
The jab is universal. Second round of action. The development of young fighters is very important. That's why Golden Boy insists on showing you these fights on YouTube to create some fans. And shout out to our good friend Jim Boone in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He's the Lord's land right there. Big Packer fan. He loves watching the 4 and the 6 rounders because the hardcore fans, this is where you're at. You want to go see these guys, but you want some good matchups and quality fights. And this is a good quality fight.
This is a good quality fight. You got both undefeated fighters. Lerma, I haven't heard of him or anything, but he's coming up. He's trying to rise to the occasion in a Golden Boy card, taking on undefeated prospect with Dalis.
Well, that's the same thing because you went through that, Lex, where you would have the opponents coming in, and they might be coming in as an opponent, but if they can get a win over you, they can look good. You could change your career, no longer fighting in those small little ballrooms wherever you may be.
Yeah, it definitely gets the attention on yourself with Golden Boy, with any top promoter that's looking at you.
Yeah, Dallas's last fight, he got a second round stoppage. That was in May on the Sugar Ray Leonard, that private show that there's no TV, no cameras.
No fans in attendance or anything. You have to reserve a spot.
Sugar Ray gets to pick who he wants to see it. You got to put on a show. And now Lerma with a good left. He's starting to be aggressive.
And that's why I planned the fight team going, as Lerma just is going to be the aggressor all night, and then you got Dalis who's just picking his shots wisely. He's got that sniper right hand from almost like a Tommy Hearns kind of right hand. Long.
Oh, good right hand from Dalis. Kaleiopu stuns Lerma, who held on. If not, he would have fell. His knees are still wobbly. The Hawaiian with a big right.
That is what I mean, Beto. A sniper right hand. Just shoot
Another one, Alexis. He's shooting it. Wow, on point.
On point. He's very precise with his punches. Doesn't waste too many punches, but every shot's very accurate.
Kaleiopu, 4 KOs in his 5 victories. And the only one that went the distance was against a fighter. Now, right hand from Kaleiopu. Oh, wow!
Perfect punch catches him coming in. Nice counter right hand by Dalis.
30 seconds to go in the round. Lerma in trouble. The Hawaiian attacking. Another big right. And he's headhunting his Kaleiopu. Lerma goes through the ropes. And they're going to say Kaleiopu pushed him. 10 seconds. Excellent round for Dallas Boy, like they call him in the 808. Man, Lerma's legs are still wobbly, and he survived the second.
Dalis was very good in that second round. Picked his shots wisely.
But Dalis getting barked at in his corner. His trainer just telling him, settle down. Team Neat, the weirdo from the other side, yelling at, we're not even close to him. Let's look at the highlights.
Let's look at the highlights here of the second round action. Dalis with that perfect, precise right hand catches him right on the button.
And here's the knockdown. Wow, he walked right into
that one. He's noticing Lerma's shooting that overlooping, awkward left hand, but he's also getting very wide with this. So Dalis sees that and he wants to time it with the right hand, and he's had perfect success in it in the second round.
The Tangoro brothers do an excellent job with Dalis and Asa. Dalis, daughter Sarai, and you see LLDM, long live Devin Doris, his buddy who passed away, and also long live Ethan Perrin. So he's fighting with a heavy heart for his friends, and Dalis is coming out aggressive.
Coming out very aggressive.
But why would his trainer be yelling at him, settle down?
You want to settle down. You don't want to just go in and be reckless. That creates an opening for your opponent to catch you with something that you shouldn't be caught with.
And now you have Lerma, who was dropped, staggered.
He's still coming forward.
Oh, cut from Dalis. Beautiful.
Timed it very well.
Lerma ate that shot.
Lerma's got to settle down just a little bit. His plan's not working, and Dalis is seeing those punches coming.
This is what they were telling about, right? Calm down.
Calm down. You pick your shots very wisely, and that's what he's doing right now. Now he's picking them apart.
5'11", 130. Dalis doesn't like doing interviews, doesn't like talking much. So you talk with this fist. I know that's the old cliche, but he's doing that today.
That's exactly what he's doing right now.
Swinging for the fences, though?
Yeah, Lerma's, he's got to use that jab to come in more to shoot that, to land that left hand.
We're in Las Vegas, working our way towards the main event of Floyd Schofield and Rene Tellez Girón. 5 o'clock, you'll need the DAZN app. At 5, you need DAZN. Right now, it's free on YouTube. Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in Vegas. After this, the entire staff is going to Saudi Arabia for Riyadh season. Zurdo Ramirez on the show in the main event, the cruiserweight. Body work from Lerma. Okay, one at a time.
Both of them shooting some nice body shots. Lerma's throwing with some bad intentions as well with those looping left hands.
Up next will be Asa Stevens, Kaleiopu's
teammate.
Partner. They do everything together.
Everything together. Little low for Dalis right there.
Mike Ortega, referee, say bring it up. The tomate got hit in the can. The young fighter like Kaleiopu, you just got to keep him active. Keep him a couple times, 3 times a year.
Yeah, that's what you have to do when you're fairly coming up, when you're 5-0. You gotta get good, impressive wins, and that forces, to be on bigger, better cards.
He turned pro in 2021. Injuries slowed him down. Fights falling off. You gotta get going, step on the gas, and he said, Alex, at the beginning of the show, be impressive. Right now, Dalis Kaleiopu, impressive work.
That was the finish of round 3. Both men going back to the corners to get instructions. Let's take a look at the action in round 3 right now. Nice uppercut timed perfectly by Dalis. Lerma's has some resistance on him. He's coming in. Despite being dropped last round, he's still coming to win. Speaks of his record was 4-0. Doesn't know how to lose and doesn't want to lose. So he's coming with every intention of winning this fight.
Stay in your corner.
Dallas's trainer, excellent work as always. He fought a couple times as a pro, but he would train with Carabello, Carvalho, Randy Carvalho.
Randy Caballero.
His father.
Coachella with his pops, Marcos Caballero.
Marco, there you go. I'm sorry, Marco. I know you're watching, but that's where he started when as a trainer and as a fighter. So, he went back to Hawaii and he trains the kids as a Team Nito Boxing, has his own gym. But we were talking to him in the back about how they know that the development of young fighters is being limited in Hawaii because they got to get more fighters available. So that's why they would come to you guys for sparring.
Yeah, and that's when they have a gym in Costa Mesa who used to be run by Ruka, but now has sold it to Tenori.
Yeah.
And that's one of their sponsors and has opened up a gym and opened up a lot of doors for the Hawaiians. Dalis are looking very good in this round 4.
Yeah, Carlos was saying they're going to build their own gym in Hawaii, a world-class boxing gym for the amateurs and also for the pros. That way when they need to bring somebody in for training, hey, we got a spot for you.
You got a spot.
So Carlos does a great job with the young fighters in Hawaii. He has done a good job with Dallas Kaleiopu and Asa Stevens right now. But Lerma looks like he's got his legs back into this fight after going down, and he dropped in the second.
Lerma's his game. He came to win. He wants to.
Absolutely.
He's in there. He's in a fight right now with Kaleiopu, and he's coming to win with every intention. Nice little short paper cut by Lerma as he got caught by a right hand by Dalis. Dalis needs to put a little bit more pressure because he's hurting him with these right hands and these uppercuts. If he were to come step on the gas a little bit more, coming forward and being the aggressor, he could probably hurt him more.
Yeah, Lerma turned pro last year, and he was fighting in Harlingen, Texas. He had to fight in San Antonio, but you come to Vegas, the lights are different. You got to do photos with our photographer, Chris Escada. You got to do interviews.
So you got to do
a lot of things that are different when you're fighting the club shows at home.
Yeah, a lot of different things. You got interviews. You got more cameras on you, something you're not used to.
And the quality of competition definitely steps up. Because Lerma had a debut, 0-1, a debut, and his last fighter was 2-0. And he was Dallas Kaleiopu 5-0. Dallas slow down the pace, huh?
Slow down a little bit, yeah. Trying to pick his shots wisely, but that gives Lerma the respect to let his hand go more if Dallas isn't throwing. As he lunges forward there. Dallas just picking his shots very well with the uppercuts, right hand, using his jab, using his reach. Lerma's the one being the aggressor, just coming in, but he's coming in a little reckless. Dallas sees that, and he's countering him with some nice right hands like you just had him right there.
Done with 4 in Las Vegas.
Took a look at the highlights around number 4. A little action going on between these two undefeated fighters. Lerma just shooting and missing some punches as Dallas just gets out of harm's way. Ate a little short right hand, Dallas, right now. There's Dallas getting some instructions by his head coach, Carlos. That is a solid team. I like when we're interviewing them. They're very there. Now you see them. Now you see Lerma and his coach.
With Bob Santos in the corner.
Yeah.
Bob does a great job here in Vegas. Santos boxing.
Started the action for round number 5.
Bob just showed up in the fight. He's in the corner working it. Okay. Dallas coming out strong to start the 5th. This one's scheduled for 6. Coming up next, Asa Stevens. And then Eric Tudor against Harold Calderon. Lerma went down in the second. Now let's cruise through the 3rd and 4th. Looks like he's got his second win now. But how do you close the show if you're Dallas?
If you're Dallas, you want to come forward because every punch he seems to be landing with, or every punch he counters him with, he hurts Lerma.
130-pounders right now. So knowing you dropped him, knowing you hurt him, in a tendency to like maybe fall in love with the home run?
Yeah, you just want to shoot one punch to get the knockout, since that is what first hurt him. But now you want to start putting the punches together. You want to start creating the separation and those clean punches. You don't just want to just time them. Some more body work would be interesting from Dalis as well.
Lerma mentioned a 4-0, no stoppages, and it doesn't look like he has any kind of power to intimidate Dalis at all.
Very game, Lerma is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very game. He's coming forward. Despite being knocked down in the second round, he's still coming forward, which is usually the opposite.
Well, excellent round for Manuel Lerma. Rio Bravo, Tamaulipas coming on here in the 5th.
Dalis is letting his hands go in the inside like that. Lerma did not like that body shot as he kind of stepped back a little bit.
Another solid body shot. Lerma took that deep breath. Less than a minute to go in the 5th round. Blood from the nose of Lerma in red. El tomate, the tomato's bleeding.
Body shot seemed to
right there
hurt Lerma. Not coming forward as much as he was in the beginning of the round.
For combinations of the bodies, what do you want to see?
Combinations of the bodies, want to see by Dalis. He's throwing that straight right to the head, which is landing, but he needs to take some more steam out of Lerma. Those body shots was going to do it. What is that saying, Beto? Kill the body and the head will fall.
There it is. The voice of Alexis Rocha. You'll be able to see him on DAZN December 14th. He takes on Raul Curiel at the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California. But we're in Vegas for Floyd Schofield and Rene Tellez Girón. The main event tonight later on DAZN. We're done with 5. We head to the 6th in Las Vegas.
End of round number 5. Dalis' coach seems to be saying something to him earlier. Take a look right now of the action in round number 5. Lerma had a good start to the round coming forward. Got hit to the body by Dalis, and that took some steam out of him.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 6th and final round.
Joe Martinez lets them know it's the 6th and final round. Dalis Kaleiopu. Dallas boy, as they call him, from Waianae, dropped Lerma in the 2nd. And the corner of Lerma just yelled at him, we have to knock him out. You agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Lerma's down. He may have won maybe a round in the opening rounds when Dalis took the time off. Took a round off.
Yeah, the 3rd or 4th maybe.
3rd or 4th maybe. Questionable. Probably went to Lerma just because he was a more active fighter. But Lerma definitely has to step on the gas to get a knockout.
Uppercut from Kaleiopu. He found a home for that earlier in the fight.
Yeah, definitely staggered him earlier in the round.
Man, Lerma's tough, man.
Lerma's just coming forward.
They say in Spanish, aguanta. He can handle. He's being very aggressive, knowing he's down to the cards. But that can be dangerous, too.
That could be dangerous because the more you're aggressive, the more you have an opportunity to be countered. And especially with Lerma's looping shots like he did right there, takes him out of his stance, takes him out of his placement to get countered by Dalis.
Asa Stevens and Garen Diagan coming up next. 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. You'll need the DAZN app. Rene Iriarte kicks it off. So these are free for you here on your Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But 5 o'clock, you need the DAZN app. Get the DAZN. You also see Riyadh Season, Latino Nights, November 16th. You'll see December 14th. You'll see Alexis Rocha. Right now you're watching Dalis attacking.
That hurt Lerma. Look, now
he's looking right at us. Stuck his tongue out at you. So he's feeling good.
He's feeling good right now. He's got a Gotta put some. Oh, there's a little trip right there by Lerma.
Less than a minute to go. Lerma is game. Still fighting back.
Lerma was definitely tough. Didn't like that body shot earlier, but seems to have regrouped a little bit since then.
If Dalis would have got more to the body, could this have ended?
Yeah, since the beginning of the opening round, if he would have invested more in the body, I think he definitely would have ended.
The progress of a young fighter, 5-0. Start developing, start taking on tougher fighters. They give you that resistance.
Start to go more rounds, you start to gain experience, you start to see what you did, so you see what you did good, and so you see what you could have picked it up on.
That's also the activity of a fighter, right?
Activity.
2-3 times a year.
Yes, definitely. Activity matters, and activity is very important.
Final seconds of the fight. Dalis Kaleiopu, Manuel Lerma. Go the distance in Vegas. Respect between the two fighters. Dallas boy goes back to Y9. What should look like a victory for him. Manuel Lerma. That's a tough dude.
Tough guy. Came to fight. He was on the Golden Boy stage.
Yeah.
Trying to take the advantage, but Dallas is just too much. Too skilled for the guy.
But that's another thing for a guy like Lerma. Show up to Vegas, 6 good, hard rounds. You know he'll get called again.
Yeah, definitely. I think anyone at the lightweight or junior lightweight division will definitely take on Lerma. And I don't think this is going to be the last time we see Lerma.
Dallas boy to the corner. Now they're excited. They were yelling at him like no other earlier in the fight. Hey, Carlos, the trainer.
Seems to be happy. This fighter did very well.
Little Chi Hu out there.
Yep.
Good job, Razo. That's a good matchmaking there.
Razo comes to us, shakes his head, says, yup.
Oh. That was good work for Dallas.
That was very good work for Dallas.
Joe Martinez. What the judges say?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see it 60-53. Your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Dallas Kaleiopu.
How's it? Dallas Kaleiopu fighting for his friends who passed away earlier this year. Heavy heart. LLDM. Let's look at the highlights of this fight. It was all Dallas.
All Dallas from the opening round. Lerma, just the aggressor, was coming in, shooting that overlap, looping left hand, trying to land it at will, but you can't force those shots or else you get countered like that by Dallas. And that is a nice counter right hand that lands for Dallas, hurts him, staggers him. I think 10 more seconds in that round, I think it would have been a different story. I think it would have been a short night for Dallas. But Lerma came back and he was holding his own. He came forward. He was being aggressive. Nice body shot by Dallas. Good, valuable rounds and experience for Dallas as he goes back home to Hawaii.
All right. 2 fights done here on the YouTube portion. Both of them go the distance. What will Asa Stevens and Garen Diagan and then Eric Tudor and Harold Calderon? What will happen? 2 more to go here. Golden Boy Fight Night in Las Vegas.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm only 22 years old. I'm not even in my prime yet, but I feel many levels above these champions and contenders. What separates me from these other guys is my hunger and my work ethic. These other guys, too soft. I'm prepared to knock everyone out to reach my goal.
Listen up. Let's have it. We know you've always got your eye on the prize, the championship belt. And why wouldn't you? You're a finely tuned, well-oiled boxing watching machine, capable of consuming over 150 fights on DAZN every year.
We've gone big. We've gone global.
Churning through combinations, comebacks, and non-stop knockouts. Where are you? With big fights every week, you're the best in the world. So go on, get that belt. Champ DAZN, undisputed.
Las Vegas, Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas. Joe Martinez, our ring announcer. He's back in. There you see the Las Vegas Strip. Look at the teletape for our next battle. Asa Stevens is the younger fighter. The taller fighter has the reach advantage. As Garen Diagan moving up in weight, the Filipino. All right, Joe, let's bring him out.
And all 5 fans are set to go with the next fight tonight. 6 rounds in the super bantamweight division. And first to make his way to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, from the Philippines, Garen Diagan.
The Filipino making his way, Garen Diagan, 10-4, 5 KOs. Moving up in weight. He got called this week for the fight. He's a tough dude. Lives here in Las Vegas, but from General Santos, the Philippines. Little thunderstruck for him. Spot all over the world.
And next to make his way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner, here's undefeated Hawaii's own Asa Stevens.
23-year-old Asa Stevens, also from YNI. Team Nito in his corner. 6-0, 2 stoppages. The featherweight. Another one, soft spoken, but he powered. Hawaii, you're waking up or now? Lunchtime in the island. You're ready.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of the super bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white and yellow. He weighed in 125 pounds. His record stands at 14 bouts with 10 victories and 4 defeats, 5 wins coming by way of knockout, hailing from General Santos City, Philippines. Here is Garen Diagan. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with gray. He weighed in also 125 pounds. In 6 bouts, this young professional stands perfect with 6 victories, no defeats. 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super bantamweight from Waianae, Hawaii, Asa Stevens. And your referee in charge of the action, Alan Huggins.
Asa. Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Anything from here on up is good. Anything from here on up is good. Touch gloves. Let's go.
Alan Huggins, the third man in the ring. For undefeated Asa Stevens, 6-0. Against Garen Diagan, the veteran from the Philippines. 10-4. In the featherweight division, an interesting one. Asa Stevens, not a featherweight. He should be at 118, 122, but he's been fighting at 22, 23 because to get fights. It's been hard to find him opponents. Diagan, who's fought from 15 to 18, and the last fight actually was at 108, an opportunity to fight for a world title against Oscar Collazo. He shrunk down for that one. He shouldn't have, because there was a chance for a world title. So last minute replacement, agreed to this weight. And that's why we're here. But the future for Stevens is at 118, 122. But Diagan is a tough dude. Stays in the gym, always ready to go. Got caught this week. Like, yeah, I'll take on the young Stevens. Battle of Southpaws. Stevens in white.
Always stays in the gym, always stays ready, but now he's taking on a young stud in Asa Stevens, who's a very aggressive southpaw, also a counterpuncher as well. Came in very hot right now, very aggressive, landing a 4-punch combination.
You want to see the combination? There you see on the belt of Stevens, it says Mace. He's a new father. Baby in attendance. Different motivation, as he said. Got to lock in. Very disciplined young fighter. Another one just get in fights. Harder to do. Like his original opponent dropped out this week.
So what do they do? Matchmaker Razzo. Find someone, and that's it. We're ready to go. You don't want to go home and not fight.
Yeah.
Spend the whole 2 months of a training camp just to go to waste.
And you don't get paid.
And you don't get paid, yeah.
Most important, you're prize fighters.
You're a prize fighter at the end of the day. Both southpaws. Asa Stevens and Garen.
Stevens, standout amateur. Developing. Golden Boy signed him and Dalis a couple years ago.
He's in tough, as you mentioned. Garen had a title opportunity, fell short, but he's in here with Asa Stevens and
left from Asa Stevens.
As Garen lunged in with that.
Diagan had the world title in Puerto Rico opportunity against Oscar Collazo El Pupillo, who you'll see on Riyadh season, November 16th. He shrunk down for that one. Body was depleted, and it was an opportunity to fight for a world title. You can do what you can do.
You have to do what you got to do. Not many opportunities like that come once in a while when you fight for a world title shot.
Stevens turned pro in 2021.
Amateur standout.
Wow, he was good.
Went international, went overseas.
Good 1-2 from Stevens. Good opening round for the Hawaiian Asa Stevens. This was scheduled for 6 in Las Vegas.
Asa Stevens refusing to sit down.
Yeah. Carlos Tangaro talking to his fighter. Would you look at the first round? What'd you see?
Listen, the first round, you see Garen going in, taking some unnecessary risks like that, just jumping in, almost got caught and countered by Asa Stevens and almost got dropped pretty much. Asa Stevens with a nice check hook to finish the round off. Asa Stevens very compact, composed. He's a nice counter puncher. He has a slick style to him.
See Carlos Tangaro, founder of Nito Boxing, the trainer for Asa Stevens and Dallas Kaleiopu. Also has that Nito Boxing in Bay Area. Has one in Kahala. But the Nito Boxing Academy, that's where the pros are at. That's where the ruggedness is at. That's no glory in there. You got like your gym, TKO Boxing. It's like sweat on the floor, blood everywhere.
You get blood everywhere. You got to go in and you got to grind. You got to go in there and put in work.
And don't record anything.
Mm-hmm, exactly. That is prohibited off gyms to record anything.
Hey, go to the Kahala one. Do that there, but not with Asa or Dallas in there. Not Dallas. Got the victory. Now it's Asa's turn. Will the Hawaiians go back to the 808 2-0? He with Garen Diagan, he knows how to battle. He knows how to make fights ugly. He knows how to survive.
And that's very awkward for Asa, who's gonna try to go in and go in and establish his jab and trying to set the tone. It's very awkward when you have an awkward fighter like that, when you try to land punches, but you can't because this guy's going from every different angle.
Yeah.
It can be very frustrating at times as well for Asa Stevens. Asa just caught him with a nice little short left hand coming in.
And you know, pro fighters, when you get called that weak, they stay ready, right? They know their role as a peace-side fighter, the backbone of boxing. So they know how to survive the first couple rounds.
They know how to survive the first couple rounds, or like you said, it's prize fighting. But those short notice guys just coming for a paycheck. But we haven't seen that thus far. We have not seen that. We have tough, durable guys that are coming in. Garen Diagan is no different. Coming in, he wants to win. Talk to him backstage. They're confident.
And they know, hey, I've been around the world.
They've been around the world. They have the experience under their belt. They've seen not that many styles. Asa looking good. Nice, sharp, fast punches. They're pretty crisp. Doesn't really get off balance, Stevens.
Diagan won in Vietnam against the hometown fighters. He's won in Thailand. He went to Bangkok and won. On the Philippines, of course. He lives in Vegas. Right. Go down the street. I don't even need a hotel room. Let's go. And you're going to give him a youngster like that. I think some of these veteran guys, too, like, oh, you want a youngster? You think you're going to overlook me?
Yeah. Gives them more of a chip on their shoulder, too, to go out here and spoil their night.
Sometimes these youngsters aren't ready for the salty vets.
No. Sometimes it's too much. They bit more than they could chew.
Yeah. Right now it looks like Stevens is passing that test, controlling this fight.
Garen Diagan is a little awkward as he lunges in sometimes. Actually caught Asa Stevens in the opening seconds of this fight. Just kind of throws himself at you, and those are the hard, awkward fighters that you got to watch out for. Just like that, as Garen landed a nice little short right hook. Garen had some moments as he lunged in and took Asa by surprise. But Asa does not look like he's threatened by Garen at all. Take a look at the highlights right here from round number 2. Short, compact shot. Caught Garen coming in. Here we have Garen Diagan coming in with some awkward punches coming in.
Like just giving you a different look. Because when you're sparring, you don't have guys doing this.
You don't have guys like that who are very composed in sparring. You don't have guys going in there throwing punches different angles and throwing themselves at you, literally lunging at you. Makes it very difficult to counter at times.
All right, third round of action. This was scheduled for 6. Golden Boy YouTube page. So we got one more for you here on Golden Boy. Eric Tudor taking on Harold Calderon, a battle of South Floridians. And then at 5 o'clock, you'll need DAZN. Joel Iriarte opens up the show. The main event, Floyd Schofield against Rene Giron. We have 5 fights total on DAZN. That gets going at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Right now it's Asa Stevens, the young Hawaiian, leading the veteran Filipino Garen Diagan. You got the Filipino flag on his trunks. And also, when you're preparing for one opponent and then they switch it up, that's a different attitude too.
That's a way different attitude because you could be fighting an orthodox fighter, training for his style, and then what do you know? The day before the weigh-ins or the day before whatever, they find you a southpaw, and not just any southpaw, an experienced southpaw. That's very hard if you're Asa Stevens trying to adapt to. But so far so good. He's looking very good right now, catching Garen Diagan coming in.
So how do you prepare for that? Where okay, you had one guy, but then they're going to switch it up. So what do you do?
Honestly, mentally, you just have to prepare yourself. Just tell yourself, all right, I've had the experience under my belt. I've been around the world. And Asa Stevens, who's a decorated amateur, he's seen these styles. He's fought against southpaws. So it's like, all right, let's just put my skills to the test. Let's put all the experience I've got into the test.
Like I was asked fighters, did you watch any film? A lot of it doesn't matter because once you're in the ring, it all changes up.
It all changes up. You could watch as much tape as you want. They could do something new. They could tweak their little style a little bit. But for the most part, when you watch film, you get to see some of their antics. But it's very hard when you have Diagan coming in like that with lunging punches just like that. Almost had a clash of heads right now.
approaching a minute to go in the third round. It's scheduled for 6. Two fighters above their weight class. And I mentioned the future for Asa Stevens, 118, 122. You ever fought above your weight class? Because you're at 47. You always been 47?
I've always been 47.
Really?
Feels like I've been 47 since birth, you know? Because I've been competing at this weight class so long. Even in the amateurs, I was 152 to 145.
You debuted at 47 in Lexus Rocha?
149.
149. But you've been fighting at 47.
47 my whole career, yeah.
Wow.
27 professional fights I've been at under 47.
That's rare.
Very rare, yeah. I've never grew, sadly.
No, good. You don't want to gain weight as you get older in your career.
Exactly. I was hoping to get a little bit taller as I matured more.
Well, as Skilo say, I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yes.
The right hand for Diagan in there, or left hand to get in.
Diago's got to make it a little bit more awkward because Asa Stevens is countering him, picking his shots as he comes in. He's got to make it a little more awkward. But Asa Stevens is doing a good job adapting to Diago's style. Let's look at the highlights from round number 3. Short left hand misses just by nature too. As again, Diago's having some success coming in, but he's not landing his shots. Asa Stevens well aware of him coming in and timing him as he's coming in. Asa Stevens refusing to sit down. That's kind of an interesting
style.
take.
That's what he does.
That's his style. It's
Yeah.
an interesting take. A lot of fighters want to sit down to save their legs. But Asa Stevens, he's ready. Doesn't need no stool.
Yeah, I think I've done all his sides. He never sits. Whoops. Fourth round of action scheduled for 6. This is where I want to see Asa just step on the gas.
Step on the gas. I think that's what you're on a stage in Las Vegas. You're on a stage in the Virgin Island hotels. You want to go on and you want to make a statement on a card like this when you have a lot of eyes on you.
But also, the fighter like Diagan had to lose weight to get to where he's at right now, so he's going to be drained.
He's going to be drained. He's a little above his fighting weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to be a little out of shape as well. Didn't have a full camp just like Asa did.
He says he stays in the gym, but when you don't have a fight, you're not exactly eating.
You're not eating the best. You're not training the hardest.
But here comes the pressure from Asa Stevens in the fourth.
Doing a nice job countering his shot, stepping around them. He's check hooking them as Diago goes in. Diago, when he lunges, he implies that he just wants Asa Stevens to stay right in front of him, but Asa Stevens does a nice job of stepping to his right and check hooking him.
The first fight for Stevens in 11 months. The last time he was in the ring was the Ryan Garcia Oscar Duarte fight last December. And in that fight, Stevens had the decision over Dominique Griffin. He shut him out 40-36. About twice in 2023, and once in 22, and twice in 21 when he turned pro. You want to see him right now just take charge of the fight.
Take charge. He's boxing very well, landing some shots. Diago's, give him credit, he's very aggressive. Eats some shots very well. Not respecting Asa Stevens' power as he's coming in, but if I were Asa, I would put the pressure a little bit more to get the respect off Diago.
And even the people in the crowd know jab to the body. Smart boxing fans here at the Virgin Hotel. Less than a minute to go in the fourth round.
Asa took that, got out of that punch very well.
Diagan, this is what you got to do. Make him look wild.
Make him look wild. Diagan's very awkward as he comes in. I thought he was about to get dropped right now, but that's just him throwing some punches and trying to get Asa Stevens off his rhythm. Look like a headbutt right now.
That was awkward. Been a lot of awkwardness coming in the last couple rounds.
Yeah, but Diagan.
Eric Tudor, Harold Calderon coming up next. 10 seconds to go in the fourth round.
Short Nice punch coming in. Diagan very careless as he comes in, as he to the left coming in by Asa Stevens. As both men go back to their corner. Here's some highlights of round number 4. Asa Stevens doing a nice job of landing some punches, getting in and out. He's very smart as he lands his punches and just stay inside because he knows Diagan's gonna come and exchange with him. So he takes a step back, steps to the sides to avoid Diagan at all costs.
Okay, but as Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy founder, the Hall of Famer, and Eric Gomez, a president, you give the young fighters an opportunity, exposure, you sign them, but it's about the performance.
It's about the performance. It's very crucial, especially developing in their fresh starting off career. You want to go out, you want to look spectacular, putting on some exciting fights, getting some knockout wins.
And Diagan is awkward last minute.
Very awkward.
But you got to come in and you got to put that spark in there. You got to make me want to see you more.
Exactly, and that's what you got to do. The crowd's starting to fill up a little nicely right now, and this is where you want to step on the gas and step on the pedal to make it more of an interesting fight and to be known, really.
Well, Steve's got 2 more rounds to get that spark going here in Las Vegas. And a man who has nothing but fire behind him, Joel Iriarte, also in the welterweight division, just like Alexis Rocha. He's 4-0. He's got 4 KOs. Do not blink. He works fast. He'll be opening up the DAZN broadcaster, the 21-year-old from Bakersfield with Culiacan roots. And the reason he's on DAZN is he's putting on a show and he's opening up some eyes.
Out of those 4 fights, he's got wins by knockout under his belt. I believe he fought his pro debut. He won by knockout. 2 weeks later, he was on another Golden Boy card. That's what you got to do. You got to knock your opponents out, look spectacular, and that forces, Golden Boy, and also puts the attention on you to keep going back in those shows.
So you see Pops built on the back of the trunks of Asa Stevens. That's honoring the late Fred Pereira, who everybody would just call him Pops around Hawaii. The father figure for so many fighters on the island. He passed away this year. That's why on the back of the trunk it says Pops built, because Pops built these fighters.
Diagan always coming in super weird, just like that. Shakes his head, says, "No, I'm still here."
You probably don't remember the names, but you remember the awkward fighters you had, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Good left hand by Stevens. Buckles the knees of Diagan. Okay, we've been asking for action. Here it comes. With less than a minute to go in the field.
Diagan ate that punch, says, "Come on, want some more." Says he smiles right at him. Very, very awkward is Diagan.
Was he just like running and lunging and throwing at him?
Saw that throwing some punches as he's running at him.
Yeah, those awkward fighters, you probably don't know their names or want to remember the names, but you remember those fights.
You definitely remember those fights.
Back when you had some of those Belasco shows.
The Belasco show, you should know, Beto. No, I would open up and you would commentate all my fights.
Yeah, you would be there and like, oh my goodness, like, Lex, knock him out quick, bro. And you would. Yeah, the Belascos are great. The LA Fight Club that Golden Boy put on, developing young fighters, was awesome. And now it's Golden Boy Fight Night that we have.
Seconds to go for the 5th round. Diagan raises his hands up as he goes back to his corner, stumbles, tired. Highlights of round number 5. Asa Stevens just sticking to the game plan, punching him as he's coming in, stepping around, counter punching at his finest is Asa Stevens.
Alexis Rocha 777. Follow him on Instagram. Why 777?
That's my birthday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you should know. You've asked me that question like a million times. You should know by now.
Well, I'm getting older, my man. Older,
that's,
my man.
That's definitely true. But yep, that's my birthday, and it's always stuck to my Instagram handle. Start of round 6.
Sixth and final round. Israel Vilea. That's a name for you for the Velocity Theater.
That was my fourth fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you knocked him out in the first, but that was an awkward fighter.
That was an awkward fighter, yes.
He was actually a cop in Mexico.
In Cancun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a sergeant who showed up.
I remember. Now that I think about it, I remember every fighter I fought against.
Here's the one that was weird. He was also undefeated. Cesar Valenzuela back in 2017.
He was very awkward, I remember.
You guys clashed heads a couple of times.
I didn't get cut, but he
got
did.
cut, yeah.
He got cut, yes.
Go down memory lane with Alexis Rocha. You'll see him live on DAZN December 14th. I'm going to throw a name. Do you remember this one? Berlin Abreu.
Berlin Abreu was my 14th fight. And that was at the Dignity Health Center in Carson.
Yeah.
Yep. You my fights, but
you knocked him out, but he had such a weird style that I'm glad you knocked him out. Because I'm like, Lex, be done with this.
Yeah, be done with this. So that way we can get up out of here.
Yep. Right now it's Asa Stevens.
He's looking good.
Yeah.
Check hooking him, coming in. Nice counter punching, not staying in front of him. Diagan just wants to exchange some punches and just wants to fight in the inside. But Asa Stevens has been a nice counter puncher right now. Moving around, giving him different angles.
Yeah, and respect Garen Diagan got called this week in the weight class he doesn't belong in, and he's made it professional. It's up to Asa Stevens to close this fight. And that was that clash.
That was a clash of heads right there. It's bound to happen when a fighter comes in and lunges like that.
And Diagan shaking his arm like something happened. They got tangled up, but less than a minute to go in the fight. Eric Tudor, Harold Calderon coming up next. So if you're in South Florida, it's Fort Lauderdale, Miami going at it.
Diagan shakes his head, says no. He eats a punch, but always shakes his head.
Right hand from Stevens. Oh, another clash. Oh, wow, that was loud right in front of us.
Ace Stevens got hit on top of the head by his chin.
There's that right hand from Stevens. That's what I've been wanting to see all fight. Yeah, this is where they say styles make fights. This is the hard one for Stevens. But good quality rounds for Asa Stevens against the veteran Garen Diagan. And another clash. Wow. Surprised nobody's been cut.
No. Diagan swings and he misses.
And we're done with 6. 6 good rounds for Asa Stevens. Garen Diagan, a professional effort on last minute notice. This is going to be one where Ace is going to go back and I don't ever want to see that man again.
I never want to see a style like that ever again in my boxing career. Diagan was definitely awkward, but he was game. He came forward the whole fight, but it was Asa Stevens just dictating the pace the whole night.
Little J Bug action here inside the Virgin Hotel. The Hawaii music going on. Shout out to everybody in the 808. Shout out to Aristeo, who's watching us in Lawndale. All right, Joe Martinez, let us know. That was quick.
Well, fight fans, after 6 rounds, we go to the scorecards. The totals are 60-54, 60-54, and 59-55. All for your winner by unanimous decision. He is still undefeated, Asa Stevens.
Janito Garcia. And everybody in Hawaii, the Hawaiians are going back 2-0. Dalis Kaleiopu and Asa Stevens with the victories. Let's look at the highlights for Asa in this one.
Take a recap of the fight. Asa Stevens demonstrating a nice counter punching as Diagan was just coming forward, getting reckless all night. Was hoping Asa Stevens in front of him, but with Asa Stevens, a slick southpaw, giving him different looks, giving him a different check hook every time he comes in, shooting those straight left hands. Asa Stevens looked good. He looked good. It's an awkward, experienced fighter in Garen Diagan.
All right, so 3 fights done on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Eric Tudor and Harold Calderon are ready to walk. The Welcome to Vegas sign right at the beginning of the strip. Welcome. So we've had 3 fights, 3 decisions. What will happen in our YouTube main event? These fighters know each other very well. They each got 1 loss. And Calderon is very, very confident against the young Eric Tudor. There's Joe Martinez, our ring girls for tonight.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our final preliminary bout tonight. 10 rounds in the welterweight division. And first to make his way to the ring is from Miami, Florida. Please welcome Harold Calderon.
Honduras roots. Harold Calderon, the 37-year-old from Miami. 28-1, 19 KOs. He told us that Eric Tudor made a mistake.
Coming to this fight very, very confident. And that is a dangerous fighter. A confident fighter is always a dangerous fighter.
King Harold Calderon. How the nickname goes.
And next to make his ring walk out of the red corner from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Eric Tudor.
Fort Lauderdale, 11-1. Tudor only lost here in Las Vegas. After that, he's got a couple of victories. Got Romanian roots. Fought in Romania, where his dad is from. Part of their amateur program. These 147 pounders are ready to get after it. Our last one for you here on YouTube. This should be really good. It's got for 10 rounds.
Once again, 5 fans, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red with white. He weighed in officially 146 1/2 pounds. In 29 professional fights, his record stands at 28 victories, just 1 defeat, 19 wins coming by way of knockout from Miami, Florida. Here is King Harold Calderon. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold trimmed in white. He weighed in 145 3/4 pounds. In 12 fights, his record stands at 11 victories with 1 defeat, 7 wins coming by way of knockout from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Here is Eric Tudor. And your referee in charge of the action, Robert Hoyle.
Okay, we went over the instructions in the dressing room. Any punches here are fair. Any punches here will be fair. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands. Touch him up. Scoot back.
A very, very interesting fight. Robert Hoyle, the third man in the ring. Bethel Duran alongside Alexis Rocha, who also fights in this 147-pound division. You'll see him December 14th live on DAZN. But tonight, it's Eric Tudor, Harold Calderon. Tudor, the 22-year-old Orthodox fighter in the gold and white. Tudor knows Calderon. Calderon knows Tudor. So Calderon, who's 37 years old, he and his team have watched Tudor grow up. Because Aponte, who's in his corner, his son, Aaron Aponte, traveled with Tudor to those amateur tournaments. So know each other very, very well. So Harold told us, Alexis, that look at him. That Harold said his team didn't want to take the fight because they know Tudor And it's a fight where they feel like he's not ready. So it's very, very personal out of respect to Tudor. Now, because this is for a belt, a regional belt that can help you get into the rankings, well, that just changes the perspective, because if you get in the rankings, you can fight for a title, Alexis. So that's a big opportunity. And Harold said, now it's just business.
Now it's just business, yeah. And boxing is all business. You know, you can't do anything. You can't take everything personal in here. It's all business at the end of the day. And, you know, Harold Garon is very confident in backstage as we're talking to him. Says, I want a meaningful fight, and this is a meaningful fight with the belt on the line to get ranked.
Yeah, when we talked to Tudor, we didn't tell him what Calderon said, but we were like, hey, how do you know each other? He's like, oh, we know each other. Like, very, like, do you know him at all? Really? He's like, no, not really, just around the area. His response was different compared to what Calderon said. And of course, we're not going to tell him what the fighters tell us, but it was two different perspectives of Tudor saying, you know, I'm ready for this fight. Calderon saying he's not ready. He's too green. It's almost like you're sending the lion to the slaughter, in his opinion.
Yeah, definitely. You have a game and experienced fighter, and Harold Calderon comes to seize the moment, and Eric Tudor, who's a rising up and comer, you know, taking on these challenges for a step up fight.
Yeah, this is a huge step up fight for Eric Tudor. 11-1, 7 KOs. Tudor suffered his only loss last October here in Las Vegas when Jose Luis Sanchez defeated him unanimously at the Cosmo. Then after that, he's had 2 victories. After that Sanchez loss, he changed his team, went back to his amateur coach where he's at now. And then he had the decision against Luis Ramos in February of this year. And then he knocked out Rod Livesey. That was in June. That was at Turning Stone in Verona on Hall of Fame weekend. But now this is a huge step up against Harold Calderon, who's 28-1. There's a body work from Calderon.
Coming in. Calderon's taking his time, taking the shots very wisely. Doesn't want to come in because, as I mentioned earlier, taller fighters want to keep you at the end of their punches. They want to use their reach. They want to use their advantage to keep you on the outside. And Calderon's taking those educated guesses and educated calculated risks as he's coming in. Look at the highlights in round number 1. Both fighters trying to engage, trying to fight, trying to set their rhythm on early.
Yeah, so the backstory is very, very interesting in this one. 22-year-old Eric Tudor, Harold Calderon. I'm like, Harold, where you been? You haven't been active. Well, I'm not going to take a fight just to take a fight. You know, he fought once last year against Shakram Giasip, and he went the distance against Shakram. That was on the Regis Pro Grade card in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. And then he fought once in 2022. And then once this year, we had a second-round knockout. Oh, just a stay active fight in Hollywood, Florida. He runs a logistics company, has a father of 3, busy sports dad. But the business side, and you know this with your brother Ronnie, where you're not going to just take fights just to take fights. You got to make business sense.
Yeah, it got to be business sense. You got to, if you want to ultimately get your hands on a world title, those fights have to be meaningful. You just can't be taking any fights. You know, every fight is calculated. Every fight, you know, means something and has to mean something.
And for Eric Tudor, he got to step up in competition. He said, this is the fight that's at the right time. I'm ready.
Eric Tudor has a lot of confidence to him. A big step up fight. Looking good so far. Both fighters are trying to find their rhythm, trying to get inside, trying to, as a southpaw in Calderon, he wants to have that lead foot outside of Eric Tudor's, and Eric Tudor recognizes that, so he wants his foot outside too, as he's taking a step to his left-hand side.
Yeah, Tudor, very soft-spoken, very, very confident in his abilities. Even after that loss that he had a nasty cut that he fought through. That's when he reassessed his team, changed it up, went back to his original coach, now the third camp together. Calderon, just watching a couple fights, especially the one with Joseph, said he had 3 weeks notice for Shockstrom. I mean, with the distance with Shockstrom, it was a fighter that's hard to figure out.
Use the stick. Use it.
But Harold is a fighter who he has no problem going to the deep waters, and let's see if Tudor can swim.
As you mentioned, Beto, this is a very interesting fight as later as it goes on to the rounds. Right now, just the filling out rounds. These guys just want to go in there and see how hard you hit, how fast you are, your rhythm. The fight won't begin till towards the middle round will start.
The Harold gets in and out in the red and white. Overhand right from Tudor. Okay. 30 seconds to go in the second round. King Harold Calderon, Eric Tudor. Top of the hour, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. You got to go to DAZN. Get the DAZN app. That's where you can log in. That was a push down. Glove touch, but it was a push down. Robert Hoyle right all over it. Good job by the referee.
A good second round of both men trying to dictate their pace. Let's take a look at the highlights of that round. Little short chopping left check hook by Eric Tudor. Calderon wants to go on the inside of the taller fighter, but Eric Tudor standing his ground, trying to pick his shots good, trying to time him coming in. Tudor with the overhand right hand that's blocked by Calderon.
Done with 2. All right, so how long is the feeling out process? How many rounds do you think?
It takes its time, depending on the fighter, but the filling out process usually 3 rounds, maybe 4.
Okay.
3 rounds, it starts to heat up a bit, starts to pick up a bit. Both fighters want to get a little antsy, and they want to let their hands let loose, as Calderon just landed a right hook right now.
Another good left from Harold Calderon. So we were told that they had sparred, and we asked Calderon about that. I'm like, well, I wouldn't say it was sparring. We moved around. He said a few years ago when Tudor was still a teenager, it was like we moved around. His team wanted to. Like, I took it easy on him. Like, have you ever done that where you just move around where some people where you're like, okay, we're going to work, but we're not really sparring?
Yeah, I mean, there's some times where you give their age takes a lot in factor, so you want to work with the guy. You don't want to just kill him. You know, that's what sparring's for. You want to work. My motto is you want to get hit as hard as you're going to hit me. So that's how sparring dictates itself, you know. Then you have wars, but sometimes due to the fact of the age or the experience, you start, moving around with them and just getting rounds in.
Yeah, I mean, you training with Hector Lopez in California, you guys go to Robert Garcia's gym and get a lot of sparring.
Yes.
For it. Like, I'm going to bring this up because you fought Giovanni Santillán. You guys have sparred in the past, and forget what the sparring is. When you go in the fight, it's completely different.
Completely different from sparring sessions. Yeah, you could do so well in sparring sessions, but when it's time and you're under the bright lights, you have the smaller gloves, the headgear's off. It's a whole different feeling process.
And Calderon, the 37-year-old, he didn't sound like he had any kind of respect for the ability of Eric Tudor was going to bring in. He said he's just too green.
He's too green. Eric Tudor's looking good.
Yeah, Tudor's smart right now.
Yeah, he's playing smart.
All right, well, this was scheduled for 10. And the thing with Tudor, we didn't ask you about the filling out process, is this is what Tudor does. This is the pace he goes at for most of the time. You're not ever going to see him step on the gas or attack and throw 5-6 punch combinations.
Be the aggressor as much.
My corner right next to it just said it's easy.
Yeah, easy. Just waiting for the middle rounds to come up, and that's what I said. You want to test young guys like this. How are they going to react when they go into the 6th, 7th, and 8th round?
All right, what's scheduled for 10? Eric Tudor, who's 11-1, 7 KOs. Harold Calderon, 28-1, 19 KOs. Final seconds of the third. Top of the hour, you need DAZN. That's where you'll see Floyd Schofield and Rene Tellez Girón in the main event. Also, Beck the Bully, David Stevens, Gabriela Fundora, Gabriela Alanis, DFG, Darius Fulgham, and Christopher Pearson. And opening up the broadcast, Joel Iriarte, Xavier Madrid.
Good action in round number 3. Both fighters are trying to come in more. They're trying to engage more, let their hands go more. It's going to be interesting these next couple rounds because now, like you said, the filling out process looks to be done. Now they're trying to take more calculated risks and take more opportunities to engage.
Shout out to everybody watching us in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Some people checking in on the YouTube chat from New Mexico. That's where Xavier Madrid is from. You'll need the YouTube chat right now, but you'll need DAZN at the top of the hour. Harold Calderon, Honduras roots. Eric Tudor, Romanian roots. All right, so fourth round here. Now you need to see some action between these two. One-two from Tudor. They're both wearing those rival gloves. Swing and a miss from Tudor. This is the last fight you'll see on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you go subscribe to the Golden Boy social media accounts for behind-the-scenes coverage. And not many punches landed in the first 3 rounds. So interested to see how the judges will have that scored.
We're going to be interesting.
There's a left from Calderon.
Calderon stuck it in. Looping left hand, and that's landed by him.
Y saludos a toda la gente que nos está mirando desde Puerto Rico, Honduras, Venezuela. Yeah, Modesto, California coming in. Jordan Fuentes from Fresno opened up the show with a unanimous decision. Then the Hawaiian, Dalis, Kaleiopu, and Asa Stevens got victories. Left from Calderon. Halfway through the 4th round. Left it around. Alexis Rocha representing Santana, California. A lot of people watching at your gym, right?
Yeah, shout out to TKO Boxing Club in Santa Ana. Everyone's tuning in. Appreciate all the support, guys.
Got your Jorge Chavez, Johnny Cañas.
Gael Cabrera.
Gael was supposed to be on this card. Opponent fell out.
Got Brian Lua as well.
Brian Lua, yeah. Hector Lopez and SOA Boxing is doing well out there.
We're doing great, bro. We got a lot of talent coming up.
Good right hand from Tudor. One of the best shots he's landed tonight. Now the action's heating up with less than a minute to go on the 4th.
Tudor's hand let his hand go more.
That's what we wanted to see. Filipino fans checking in. Beauty of boxing right now in this modern age where you can find a fight on YouTube. We're in Las Vegas, Virgin Hotel. Then after this, Golden Boy goes to Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season. Zurdo Ramirez, Oscar Duarte, Oscar Collazo. Yeah, heck of a show. November 16th, Latino Nights.
What's that card, November 16th? Out.
Then December 14th, Alexis Rocha, Raul Curiel from Ontario, California to close out the year. Ricardo Reygosa watching in San Francisco. You ever been to San Francisco?
Yes, I've been one time.
Beautiful.
Beautiful place. Here's the highlights of round number 4. Both fighters are coming in closer now, letting their hands go. Calderon complaining about a little rapid punch back in the head. Tudor trying to work the pot, landing those straight right hands with looping left shots right to the rib cage of Calderon. These rounds are close, Beto. It's going to be interesting to see how the judges have it.
Yeah, they're close because not many shots have been landed.
Yeah.
Especially no big shots. We haven't seen a big shot move anybody back. Fifth round. This was scheduled for 10. Mabuhay, everybody watches in the Philippines. The Hawaiians are still out there. Now somebody's trying to start a Calderon chant inside the arena. Willie Montalvo, our good friend in Modesto, says, Lex, good luck to you in December.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, if you're here with Calderon, though, you got to step on the gas too, right? If you're that confident in your ability,
Got to step on the gas, but you also got to be careful of the shots coming in. You don't want to leave yourself too exposed.
Yeah, I mean, because when we talked to him, he was very, very confident.
Very confident, yeah.
Okay, so where is that translating into the fight, though?
Different story when you go into fight. Way different story, especially when you got someone throwing punches at you.
And also with this is what we were talking about earlier with Tudor about the speed. He's in third gear the entire time.
Third gear.
Let him know, watch your heads.
Typically happens when you have a southpaw clashing with the orthodox fighter. Foots get tangled in.
Oh, good shot from Calderon. The lefty landed. Another left from Calderon. A good hook.
Good hook.
A leaping left from Calderon.
Coming in and having some success coming in.
Tudor eats a right hand and it ties up Calderon. Less than a minute to go in the fifth round. Calderon looking right at the screen, the replay screen right above us. Enjoying his work. It looked like Calderon is just in control.
Yeah, he looks like he's in control. He's having fun, dictating the pace.
Yeah, it's one thing to be patient. We're listening to the corner.
Yeah, right here.
He's going to get greedy.
He's going to get greedy. And they're right about that. As a young fighter, you get hit. What do you want to do? You want to exchange right away. The thing with young fighters, when you get hit, you want that point back immediately. So you want to get that point back so you leave yourself for an opening to get countered.
Excellent round for Hilda Calderon here in Las Vegas as we head to the sixth.
A lot of success that round by Calderon. Starting to get in his groove more. Short little left hand. Nice punches coming in. He's finding more advantage to come inside now and letting his hands go in the inside. Nice left hand. Kind of wobbled a little bit. A weird positioning from Eric Tudor right now.
That's the corner of Eric Tudor. Third camp with his team. Harold Calderon with his dudes. Calderon had a second round stoppage in January of this year. That's a fight where he weighed 157. So he's down to 146 today as he came out. And he's coming out strong to start the sixth.
Coming out strong. Both fighters want to come in, start imposing their will. Nice body shots by Calderon, digging the inside.
Shout out to people watching in New York. Soto. Not Juan Soto, but that other Juan Soto. This is the last fight you'll see on the Golden Boy YouTube page. I know I sound like a broken record, but we got to let you know. The top of the hour, you'll need the DAZN app. And you do not want to miss Joel Iriarte taking on the tough Xavier Madrid from Albuquerque, New Mexico. This was scheduled for 10 rounds. Top of the hour, is the DAZN broadcast main event. Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin. We're taking in Rene, Tellez Girón, who's always a tough out. Oh, nice. Good left from Calderon.
Nice straight left by Calderon. Corner of Calderon is very confident.
Yeah, they are.
Very confident.
Should they be?
Yes, I see Calderon having much success, and he's coming forward. He's more comfortable in there, I should say. Much more comfortable landing his shots.
Saludos a la gente que está mirando en México. As Eric Tudor now bleeding from the nose. That left from Calderon. Busted. Maryland checking in. Good shot from Tudor there.
Nice little.
That's a good one from Tudor. So now Tudor fighting back here. Okay. Yep. This is the action we've been asking for.
Tudor got his hands go a little bit more to get some respect off Calderon.
Cutman C checking in, one of the best in the business.
Shout out to Cutman C back home in Santa Ana.
That's your Cutman, right?
That's my Cutman, yeah.
That dude watches every single fight
Every single fight. Texting me like 11 a.m. Hey, what time the fight start? I'm like, man, you gotta chill out. I'll let you know.
Lubbock, Texas in. And we'll have some Texas fighters later on. Darius Fulgham from Houston. Chris Pearson from Selma. And Calderon going to the body. Tudor goes upstairs.
Go ahead.
All right, so these are the rounds that Calderon is going to be very confident.
Very confident coming in, taking, as this corner saying now, we're going to take them to deep waters. We're going to sink them in deep waters. This is it now.
All right, so we don't keep score here ringside. We're broadcasting for you, but you on the YouTube chat, how do you have it? As we're done with 6 rounds. YouTube chat, what do you guys have a score? I'm going to be interested to see what you're seeing right now. Look at the highlights of that sixth round.
Both men exchanging, going to the body work, taking their time, sending enough shots. Nice little left uppercut by Eric Tudor, snapping the head back of Calderon.
22-year-old Eric Tudor. Oh, Alexa. Okay, so that's the corner of Calderon. They're fired up. They've been fired up since we met.
Since round 1.
A lot of 3-3 rounds coming in from the fans watching.
3-3, so they got a tie coming into the 7th round.
That's from the fans that are watching, the unofficial scorecard. A lot of 3-3s coming in. Lorenzo Medina has 4-2 Tudor. Okay. Lace says 6-0 Calderon. Okay. This is why I asked.
What did he say? 6-0?
Yeah. Lace says 6-0, but
6-0.
And you never know.
You never know, especially how the judges score it. These rounds are so close.
They've been close. Here, ringside is close. Nicole Rojas, Tudor winning. All right, Tudor in the white and gold. Calderon, the veteran, the 37-year-old in white and red. Now Tudor starting to pick it up. Yeah, the father of Eric Tudor, very confident in his kid's ability.
Very confident.
Tudor doesn't speak much, but right now this is where Tudor needs to step up.
This is where he steps up right now.
Like, these are the rounds where
are very tough to score.
But you can't just give them away.
You can't give them away. You can't just let your other opponent just outscore you. You got to start letting your hands go just like Eric Tudor did. Because Calderon, he's working. He's working when he needs to be in the inside. That was a nice shot to the body by Calderon.
well, you've been in many close fights. So, again, we love your trainer, Hector, but he'll scream to the other side. You can hear him in New England where he's a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
But it's when you're getting to this point, especially as a young prospect like Eric Tudor is right now, when you're in tough against the veterans. Who's the guy? Brad Solomon, right?
Brad Solomon.
That was a tough one.
There's a famous clip that went trending on TikTok of my coach just chewing me a new one, or ripping me a new one. Not because I was down in the scorecards, but he wanted me to step out another gear. And that's exactly what you need from Eric Tudor right now.
Step it up.
To step up another gear. And coincidentally, in that following round, and drop Brad Solomon down.
Sometimes Tudor needs to step it up, but it looks like it's Calderon who's stepping it up.
Yeah, and this is exactly what his corner said. He's too green. He's too young. He's too inexperienced for this. This is where Calderon steps it up. In the middle of the rounds, I said the fight will start, and that's when Calderon will start picking it up.
Pick up the pace. Somebody needs to pick up the pace and separate themselves.
So one man's got to outwork the other, and so far it's Calderon who's picking it up right now.
Final seconds of the round. Harold Calderon looking for the upset against the prospect Eric Tudor. Can the 37-year-old close that out?
Take a look at the action in round number 7. Eric Tudor started off really good in that opening round.
Yeah.
Started off very good, but then started kind of being a little timid, a little gun-shy once Calderon picking up those body shots. Started dictating the pace at the end of the round.
Tudor, do you sense any urgency from him?
I don't. I really don't right now. He seems to be in one gear, and he needs to change that gear up to another one where he starts dictating the pace. He starts getting the respect out of Calderon, because Calderon just kind of not walking through him, but in a sense, he doesn't respect his power, doesn't respect him letting his hands go, and that's what's causing Calderon to steal these rounds.
Again, Eric Tudor is the golden boy prospect at 22. He's the one that has the contract. He's the one with the promotion. Calderon has never signed with a big promotion. He's had to do it his own. He started his career in Venezuela. He said, that's the place I can get fights. He went to the Dominican Republic. He's been fighting all the club shows in Florida. He's been around there, building his way up on his own terms. Tudor's got everything on his side, but Lex, this is your golden boy fighter. You have these meetings. If you don't perform, they let you know you're not doing it.
They let you know. It's that's the business. You have to go and you have to entertain fans. You have to put on spectacular performances that brings you back on a bigger stage, on a bigger platform, and you'll start getting fights on the zone broadcast.
Beto Duran alongside Alexis Rocha. You can see him in the ring December 14th. And right now, it's Eric Tudor who needs to figure some things out. The rounds might be close, but if you're the 22-year-old going up against the 37-year-old, shouldn't you be the first one? Shouldn't you be the aggressor? Should be the young, the fresh?
Yeah, you got to be the more fresh fighter, and you got to start showing your age. Because when you're 37, and Calderon even said himself, he's a young 37. He's never been in wars. He takes care of himself. You got to start breaking down the body, start putting the pressure, applying the pressure to break down the older fighter.
Warming up right now. Let's go.
Eric Tudor showed a little more urgency this round. Probably his corner told him to start letting his hand go, because these rounds are closed, but Calderon's picking him with shots like that in the inside. He's working his way. He's outworking Eric Tudor at times.
Who's first right now?
Right now it's Eric Tudor, but Harold Calderon is the one that's been letting his hands go more in the inside. And that's what's winning Calderon this round. These rounds are close or are tough because some big shots aren't landing, but it's Calderon who's outworking them right now.
The progression of a young fighter, the matchmaking is important to see where they're at. If you're struggling with a 37-year-old who's been pretty much inactive, or if you're not looking strong, what level are you going to be at? Tudor has some skill, some talent, but have we seen 3-4 punch combinations from Tudor at all?
We have, and I would love to see that by Eric Tudor. He loads up with one shot and follows up with another big shot, but you want to see him changing the speeds of landing out two shots that are not as hard and load up with the next 2 shots to set up his opponent with traps.
Changing the speed. That's what you want to see from Tudor, but it's been one speed.
It's been one speed the whole time. It's either a bomb or it's either a straight right hand.
Heading to the 9th.
Rounds are very close here.
Mm-hmm.
What does Facebook have it as? I want to know.
The YouTube?
I'm YouTube.
Yeah.
Correcting me.
Look at some of the highlights here.
See, Eric Tudor just trying to land that one big shot, that one Hail Mary that can just take it all the way. But when you have veteran and experienced guys like Harold Calderon, they know how to take a shot. They know how to avoid those big shots and come back with 3 or 4 that aren't going to hurt you, but they're going to steal the round. I think Eric's looking for the quality of a power punch, while Harold is the quantity, just trying to outwork you, trying to steal the rounds and trying to press the judges.
All right, we head to the 9th round. This is new territory for Eric Tudor. This is his first scheduled 10-round fight, and it's the first time he's ever fought in. Actually, this is his second scheduled 10-round fight. His last fight was scheduled for 10, but he ended up in the first round. This is the first time he's ever been in the 9th, and Robert Hoyle checks the clash.
Clash of heads.
All right, I want to see some urgency from both of these guys.
Yeah, now this is when you start closing the rounds. It's a close fight. Now it's about who's more motivated, who's more hungry to secure the victory.
This is where you got to dig deep. Tudor started, he was fighting at 54, and he moved down this division and said felt better, made the weight easy. He actually weighed 145.8. He's a professional, always in the gym, always training.
Nice body shot by Calderon.
All right.
That was a sneaky left hook to the body.
Oh, there's that hook from Calderon. That left has been landing, Alexis Rocha.
And that's what you want to see. That's the traps, and that's the experience from Calderon. He shot that same looping left hand that landed in the head right now to the body. Calderon, Tudor, thinking it was going to land to the body, covered the body and went upstairs and landed perfectly. And that's how you set up traps if you're Calderon, who has more experience under his belt.
That's that veteran move right there.
That's that veteran move.
Yeah. Tudor with international experience fighting for Team Romania. But here he is in Las Vegas against Harold Calderon in a tough fight. Now here's where the 37-year-old, the conditioning, where's he at with this? Hot landed by Calderon. That stopped Tudor. As Tudor goes to the body now. A minute to go in the 9th round. Tudor in the white and gold. Calderon in the red and white looking for the upset.
50 seconds to go for round number 9. It's been a close fight, but these later rounds, I would say, are edging more to Calderon of the activity that he has.
Now, we've heard Oscar De La Hoya say a lot of times, we're going to test our fighters. We're going to match them right. We're not going to hide from anybody. You got to show me what you got.
Yeah. And that's the way you got to look at it.
You're the perfect example of that.
Perfect example, yeah.
And that's that attitude for the top. So people are going to say, oh, man, maybe Tudor shouldn't have had this fight. Well, when else are you going to have it?
What else are you going to have it? Yeah. You'll have to go back and after this fight and say, was that the right risk I needed to take in my early career, or do I need this to develop myself and to see what I've done wrong and to change myself for the better?
As we head to the 10th and final.
Oh, that's a round number 9 right now. Eric Tudor starts off very good, but seems to be a little gun shy towards the end of the round.
It's been every round.
Yeah, every round. He starts off very good. You think he's going to pick up the pace, but Calderon starts to come in with his shots. heading into the last and final round right now.
Could this be the round that decides it? Is it that close, you think?
I think Calderon's up.
And here we
by
go,
round
ladies and
two.
gentlemen, the
I
10th round.
I think he's up by round 2.
Joe Martinez lets us know it's the 10th and final round. The young 22-year-old Eric Tudor wanted this fight, said he was ready for it. It was time. He has it, hands full. Harold Calderon, the 37-year-old, said that Tudor was too green, wasn't ready. We're back and forth action the entire fight. And here's the final round. With Calderon doing nothing. Tudor lands the left, and Calderon lands the left of his own.
Both back and forth action right now. I wouldn't say Eric Tudor's doing bad. He's just not doing enough. Enough to steal the rounds, enough to win the rounds, enough to give the urgency of the judges like, all right, this guy deserves a round.
The urgency part.
It's Harold Calderon that the ones that showing the urgency of, I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to go in here and steal this round. Kind of hard to talk over the corner of Calderon right now.
But you hear the corner, they're very excited.
Very excited.
But again, never leave anything up to the judges. You come in here.
And you're the B-side. You have to leave it all in that ring.
Calderon said, I win. This could change the trajectory of my career. There's a combination from Calderon. Tudor just one punch at a time.
One punch at a time, and that's not what he needs right now. He needs to use those combinations. Land those 3 or 4 punches.
Halfway through the 10th and final round, Lex, where's the urgency?
I don't see it, Beto. I don't see no urgency from Eric Tudor right now. He's leaving it too close to the judges to score right now.
Top of the hour, DAZN gets going. Joel Iriarte. The main event, Floyd Schofield and Rene Tellez Girón. Calderon was very confident, but where's his urgency now?
I think he feels that the round's already secured. The round, the round, and also the victories are kind of secured because he feels that he is outworking Eric Tudor in these rounds and this next round too. Eric Tudor had a chance to capitalize on that counter looping shot that Calderon missed with.
The learning experiences. You head to the 10th round for the first time in your career. You've seen a savvy veteran in Harold Calderon, and it looks like it's going to go to the judges' scorecards. It'll be very interesting how they have it. No big shots landed tonight, but effective ones landed by Harold Calderon. Eric Tudor landed effective shots.
Yes.
What will the judges favor in a close battle between two fighters from South Florida that knew each other from the area? Interesting. Interesting how it's going to happen and shape up.
Interesting fight. Very curious to see how the judges have it.
According to the judges, Lex, you're going to fight December 14th against Raul Curiel.
Yes, sir.
The heck of a battle. You guys know each other.
We know each other. Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a battle, but it's my time to shine. This is my opportunity to show that I'm elite and my opportunity to fight for a world title. Raul Curiel's in my way.
The 147-pound division, always one of the best in boxing. That's what we saw right now. 147-pound Eric Tudor and Harold Calderon. Make sure if you're in the Southern California area, you go get your tickets for December 14th. Alexis Wilcher, Raul Curiel. It's going to be a stacked undercard as well. That'll be on DAZN. And then November 16th, Riyadh season Latino Nights. Zurdo Ramirez is the main event on the cruiserweight division. Our ring announcer, Joe Martinez, has the decision.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds, we go to the scorecards. The totals are 99-91, 98-92, and 98-92, all for your winner by unanimous decision from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Eric Tudor.
Eric Tudor gets the decision. 99-91. 98-92.
Wow. Those are very wide scorecards.
Very, very wide scorecards. Alexis Rocha. Eric Tudor gets the victory. He had to work for it. Lex, I'll be honest, I don't see a 99-91 anywhere there.
I don't see it that way either. That's what we said. You can never leave it up to the judge scorecards for Harold Calderon.
We said it the last few rounds. Harold Calderon should have been stepping on the gas. You never know. You're coming in as the B-side.
You never know. You have to have that urgency to get a knockout victory, especially if you come from the B-side.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will return to live action streamed around the world on
the
DAZN.
victory for Eric Tudor, a huge learning experience for Eric Tudor.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go back and see the mistakes he made, the success he had. He goes back to the drawing board tonight as a victor, but there's so much more that he's going to learn from this.
Oh, absolutely. So Eric Tudor gets the victory 99-91, then 98-92 twice. So 4 fights were for you here on the YouTube. All of them go the distance. Jordan Fuentes, the 19-year-old from Fresno, got it going against Roberto Peña. Dalis Kaleiopu took care of Manuel Lerma. And Asa Stevens took care of Garen Diagan in an entertaining fight in the featherweight division. I'm at the ground alongside Alexis Rocha. Lex, our main event tonight, Floyd Schofield, Rene, Tellez Girón. What do you expect in that one?
I expect a tough, entertaining fight for both fighters. Kid Austin should go and have every urgency of tonight to go in and get a knockout victory and put a spectacular performance on, because we're in Las Vegas. We're the main event on the zone. So I definitely see him coming out and putting on a tremendous show.
All right, top of the hour on DAZN for Alexis Rocha. I'm Beth the Duran. Thanks for watching the Golden Boy YouTube page.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm only 22 years old. I'm not even in my prime yet, but I feel many levels above these champions and contenders. What separates me from these other guys is my hunger and my work ethic. These other guys, too soft. I was prepared to knock everyone out to reach my goal.